Yo, what it do, man? This is your boy North End Floyd, man, back with another episode. This is the Kickback podcast. This is EP 147. And man, we're making our way to 150, and man, it's gonna be a dope podcast. Y'all know this guest that we gonna have on. Y'all seen him before. We got Kim, we got Erica, we got Bear. But like I always say, man, you can watch this on YouTube. We streaming on all platforms and stuff like that. And shout out to Blaine, man. That boy first up, first serve. Okay. I see you, my brother. But yeah, man, today we're gonna talk about, how does a man pick a wife? We got some dope topics. We got some fun topics, we got some serious topics. And like I said, you could always chime in at 409-233-0017. The number is down below. If you want to chime in, if you want to voice your opinion, if you agree, if you disagree, whatever the case may be. But yeah, man, it's gonna be a dope episode. We're gonna rock out, we're gonna have a good time, man. Hope y'all having a great weekend. Let me bring my co-host in. What's up, Ken?
What's good?
What's up, Erica?
What's going on?
Val, we see you.
What's happening?
Yeah, man. And like I said, man, we're gonna have a great show. And like I said, man, if y'all don't agree with what we saying, y'all can always call in. You can always call in, voice your opinion, give your perspective on whatever topic it may be. You don't have to say your real name and stuff like that. But yeah, just do that, man. You know what I'm saying? How y'all weekend been going though? So with that.
We're going good.
Shit, we
It's been
good.
going pretty good, man. Just trying to take care of little things around the house, bro. That's about it.
Yeah. Hey, Erica, I seen that you went live on IG. What was that about? Or we gonna see more of that? What was that?
Well, who went live? When did I go live?
I mean, you didn't go live, but on your IG it was a video.
Oh, it was just a moment. It's like a closing of a chapter in my life.
Okay. Did you go live, or was that a video you just posted?
It was just a reel. Yeah, it was just a reel. Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. All right. I thought it was a live video. It was kind of long though.
It was like a minute.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was like a minute. It wasn't that long. Yeah, I was like, don't even ask me how to go live. I was like,
oh, snap.
I was like, I had my niece the past couple of days. Did she go live? And I didn't know, but no.
Okay, that's what's up. Bad. What's good with you, man? You dropping some more episodes lately?
Got one dropping tomorrow, actually. So
Okay.
yeah, look out for that. Look out for that. But shoot, man, what's going on with you, dog? You dropping your little your little conversations.
Usually I don't get. Usually I ask the questions, man. I don't usually get the questions asked. That's what's up, though. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. It's like a little solo thing. You know what I'm saying? Just to give my opinions on different things. I've been dropping videos, like the little car vlogs that y'all been seeing.
Mm-hmm.
Or whatever on IG. I haven't really been dropping them on Facebook or whatever. It's more in tune for IG and TikTok and stuff like that. But it's gonna be something like that, but it's gonna be like in a setting like how I am right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, it's just gonna be my perspective on certain things, man. Conversations from a loner. That's the little solo joint that I'm dropping and stuff. And I'm looking forward to it. It's pretty dope.
Yeah, the first one was good.
The first one was a test run. It was actually a test run. I wasn't gonna drop it. I did it like 2 weeks ago, and then I was at work, and then I seen this motivational video. What's his name, man? Eric Thomas or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Or whatever his name is, and he was like, "Don't wait for the perfect time. When you want to do it, do it." He was screaming and all that, and I was like, you know what? Let me just throw that out there, man. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. That's what I was doing. I was waiting for the perfect time, and he's like, "Don't wait for the perfect time. Drop it." I was like, okay, fine, I'm gonna do it. And so that was doing, you know what I'm saying? I did it. So there's gonna be more that's gonna drop, just like the kickback. The kickback is forever. But
Yeah.
sometimes I just want to vent. Sometimes you gotta vent to yourself or whatever. So that's what mostly it is and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Ken, what's good with you, man?
Bro, always strategizing, bro. I just been kind of kicking back, man. Enjoying the day. Should have been spending a lot of time with family, man. I ain't on the road no more, so I'm in the yard. So I got a little bit more time, man, to spend time with my son, watch his football games and stuff like that.
I seen you. Shout out to Mikey, man. Mikey be tuned into the show, man. 100 on everything. I appreciate you. What's up, Terry? Terry be tuned into the show too, man. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate y'all that be supporting me, rocking out with y'all, boy, man. And for that, you know what I'm saying? When y'all comment and stuff like that, it's gonna always get posted for sure. If I see it. Sometimes the comments be going so fast and stuff. You don't get a chance to, you know what I'm saying? I'd be people like, oh, you don't be showing my comments. I'm like, damn, bro, I can't, you know what I'm saying? We got a lot going on, you know what I'm saying? Now when the production gets a little bit bigger and we get people to, you know what I'm saying, we can pay for people to do some certain things, then you know what I'm saying, we're gonna be able to rock out. But man, let's go ahead and start with the show. Y'all ready?
Yeah, let's do
Yes,
it.
sir.
Yeah, because Erica gotta make her pumpkin latte spice after the show, man. Yo, shout out to David, man. That look like David. That ain't David from the last show, is it? What's his name? David?
Yeah, I'm stupid. Floyd, don't start already,
No,
dog. It's too
that's
early in the
Oh,
show.
No,
David, what's
no, but don't tell me it's that same dude, huh?
David?
not.
What
He's
it do,
not.
my G? He back.
That ain't
No,
the same guy, is it? No, that ain't the
I
same
don't,
guy.
I don't think so.
That
no,
ain't the
that's
same guy.
not.
That's the
Man, I
Hello,
same
hope
my
guy.
not.
friend, David. What up, Drew? Was that Drew? Did damn at the beginning of the show, dog? It's finna be a wild one, man. God dang. Woo-wee. But anyway, man, let's go ahead and start, man. Let's go ahead and get it cracking, man. As y'all know, the show is How Does a Man Pick a Wife? Well, we go get in tune with that, man. And I know we probably discussed this before. I don't know. We discussed a lot of topics, just a lot of topics, man. But I've seen
Shoot, we
this.
get off topic sometimes too.
Yeah, we get off topic, which is a good thing too, also.
Yeah.
But you know, I see a lot of people, they talk about this and that as far as marriage and stuff like that. But do you think nowadays is marriage more of a business move nowadays? Because it seemed like things is changing in like the 70s and the 80s, you know, when our parents is growing up. Do you think it's more of a business move now for future rise?
In a way, kind of. That's how I see it, man. It seems more like people are more getting into it more as far as like, okay, what do you bring to the table? And a lot of people bring are just discussing like, what do you bring to the table on the financial stage instead of
Yeah.
uh, the emotional and trying to create and raise a family. Is what is they're not even really thinking about what do you bring as far as relationship status is concerned, or not status. I'm trying to use my words here, but trying to say how what you bring as far as building a relationship mentally, emotionally, and
Yeah.
romantically, instead they're looking more at, like I said, it's the financial gain of it.
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
what do you do? What do you do? Where do you work? What's your work ethic? Let's get this hustle. Let's build this
Mhm.
dynasty or whatever.
Yeah, and when you think of that, that's more like along with people that's kind of, I'm not gonna say like as far as you're making like a good six figure high salary, you know what I'm saying? Because like the
Yeah.
the average American is not making money like that, as far as to, you know, um, let's build this empire. I mean, yeah, it's good, but you don't start off, like that. Usually it's you starting off from the bottom. So as far as the business move, I don't know what you tend to look for, you know what I'm saying, to be like, hey, let's build this empire, because that's certain, it takes certain aspects and things to, and qualities to even build that, you know what I'm saying, as far as like laziness and all that. So you're looking for different type of things. And if you're successful, like men, some a successful man don't really need a woman to be, as far as like financial dependent and stuff like that. We need other things from our woman as far as money wise, you know what I'm saying? If a man is already making that good salary and stuff like that, he's generally not looking for his woman to make, what I'm saying, as much as him. He's probably looking for other qualities. But yeah, well, I mean, when people ask that question as far as like, is marriage more of a business move, they're looking at the financial gain. And I think that's the wrong thing to look at as far as finances and stuff like that. Because if you ain't happy, you ain't happy. Finances is not gonna save your marriage as far as you not being happy.
Right. Like
That's facts.
that was kind of like on the prior podcast where I said I had saw this one post where it said like now in so many ways it seems like it's become where men come into a relationship on terms that are more unconditional and women are now conditional, so to speak. Because traditionally it's like the woman comes in, these are the expectations that she has like to provide for the to not to provide to be a caregiver, you know, have children, take care of the home, things of that sort. But now like that whole mindset has begun to change, and so it is more to me, I'm not going to say necessarily transactional, but it really is was we come in as we come into this thinking like, okay, what can you bring to the table since I already bring the table, you know, and we got to first change our mindset.
Yeah, you're a little different though, because I mean that's you might make more
Yeah,
than a guy you talk to.
well, yeah, but even then, when we were like, what was this? Is one thing I saw where I think it said like, I think men from the ages of like, I think it's like 35 to 45 making over six figures is like maybe 1% of the population. Like, it's not lucrative. Like, people have this facade that so many people are making so much money, and that's not the case.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people do be capping on Facebook as far as how much they be making and stuff. But
Mhm.
when you
Yeah.
look at the stats like that, you're like, hold on, it's saying 1%, 2% making this certain type of change. Like, so, like, who's really getting it?
Yeah, and that's just like how I would always go back and say, like, to me, I wouldn't have a problem if I was in a relationship with a man that didn't make as much as I did. I wouldn't have a problem with that. It'd be what he does in the relationship, and I would still honor him as the head of the household. It's how he handles himself in the relationship and as a provider for the household. And sometimes when we think of provider, we think strictly financial, but there's way more components to just financial. Like, what can you do emotionally for, you know,
You know what? I was listening to a radio show, and this guy called in, and he called his wife the breadwinner, and she only made $1 more than him. He was like, yeah, he was like, she's the breadwinner, and she's saying this and doing this, and then he was like, well, I don't know how they got to the point to where they asked the question, but he's like, yeah, she makes $1 more than me, and the dude was like, hold on, you are like taking all this mess from her for $1 more. And it was like, he was like, man, stand up for yourself. And, the guy was just beating himself up. He was taking a lot of verbal abuse from his wife and their son. So he wasn't getting respected by the wife and the son. And it was just crazy to hear that. And dude was like, you're taking all this verbal abuse because you make less than $1. And so, like what you said, Erica, it depends on the mindset of the guy. If he's not, as far as like financial wise.
right,
Yeah, I agree with Eric. Some of the things that Erica said, but I also view it as this, like, how they have like job fairs and stuff like that when you're looking for a job,
Mm-hmm.
and people that are truly interested in a job, they're gonna be there. They're gonna go there. Same thing with women. Women that's truly interested in being married, they're gonna go to the place where good guys are, like you said, where they making have a good job, they have the things that most women want. They're gonna go to that job fair. Now, if you're not looking to be married and you're not looking for a husband, then you probably won't even attend. So then, the way I look at the marriage is the exit part. Most people not willing to put in the work to stay committed to the marriage.
Mm-hmm.
So therefore, it is more like a business because it's what can they gain from it if they separate. Oh, I could take half, or I could get the house, or I could get this. So
Mm-hmm.
they go into it with what can I get if we don't make it versus how can we make it together. So they looking at the gain of when they separate versus what they can have if they actually stay together. So that's all comes into that mindset. When I first went into this marriage, I only went into the expectation of, oh, he got a good job, or he got this and that. So when we divorce, I'm gonna have this and I'm gonna have that. So it was never about love in the beginning.
right.
Yeah, it was a
It's
business transaction.
Yeah,
right.
it was all strategy. All strategy. So you go into it knowing, okay, I'm gonna marry this guy. He has X, Y, and Z. I'll stay with him for a couple of years, and if it don't work, I get this and that. So it was never love at the beginning. It wasn't love.
Yeah, and then one thing, me and like some friends were talking about this the other day, which to me is so crazy. I always say when you first get into a relationship, when you first get to know someone, who they show you, you be there to embrace it. Like, I know I'm going in, I'm showing this person interest. I need to make sure that as we're, especially in the initial, what I see, I'm okay with. To me, that's like bare minimum. If he goes and he levels up from there, great. But if he doesn't, I went into this
Yeah.
relationship accepting to who he was and not trying to change him. And then it'd be something like, oh well, we first got together or whatever, and like, now we're married and I want him to lose weight, or I want him to do this, I want him to do that. But that's not who that wasn't the person that you want him to be. That's not who he was when he met you. Even when, like, one of the exes I was with, so he's talking about, oh, I'm gonna lose weight, I want to lose weight, like all this sort of stuff. And to me, it was like, well, I'm dating you now the way you are, so I need to make sure I'm okay with this. And I was okay with it. I didn't have any problems with his current appearance. He had problems with his current appearance, because I'm not going to go off of the facade of what could be. I'm going to go with the current reality. And that's where we also see a lot of these issues, especially if we talk about like business moves. Okay, you
Right.
want to, you coming into this marriage with this person, know that even if you guys talk about what it could be, you guys need to be happy with the current foundation you walked into together.
Yeah.
From the beginning.
I always say, man, like if you're complaining about like the physical features of your spouse or whoever you're dating, and like you said, if they gain weight, then I think you should, you should work out together, and that helps build a relationship. When you're working out together instead of just complaining. You're supposed to be a team, so help them. They might need your help. They might need your motivation. And it doesn't help if you eating unhealthy food around, saying
Right.
somebody that wants to, be healthy and eat better. You're not adding, you're adding on for the distraction of them to break mentally for that. So,
And I was just gonna say, why did they gain that weight? I mean, for some women, it's hard to bounce back after you have a kid. So I mean, if they, gained that weight because of, because they had a kid, man, don't trip on that. that was part of your fault.
Especially if it's multiple kids.
Yeah, exactly.
So
it's part of the procedure, man. You're supposed to respect that process. That's gonna be there regardless.
Yeah, I kind of find it like that's kind of like disrespectful. I'm gonna take
absolutely
on this part right here. But like, if you have a woman and she didn't have multiple kids from you, and you complain on her weight issue, then that's that's very disrespectful in a way. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I think
okay.
I think that's more. Hold on.
Go ahead. What you gonna say?
I was gonna just say what Floyd said. That's more of a you issue. As like, if you tripping on her, that's something you got to do some work on yourself.
Yeah.
So that's an issue that you have with deep inside of you.
But also, I'm gonna say, as a woman, the one thing I'm a firm believer of, this is what we were when we walked into the relationship. Yes, not me, just an example. I've had kids and things of that sort. Some women use having a kid as an excuse to let themselves go, just like they begin to neglect the relationship and the marriage. They use the kids as an excuse. No, just because you have children,
I like that too, Bear. I like that point of view.
You have to also work on your marriage and your children, just like he has to work on, the fact that you have. And the thing with him, he would have to be an even more bigger support and be more supportive of you. Because when you first go through it, especially if you go through postpartum and things of that sort, it might be harder for you to bounce back, but it doesn't give you an excuse to be sloppy and just and not make that effort to get back to a certain point.
So Erica, you think women out there are having babies and they're using that as an excuse to not get back in shape and not work out and not, get back to that side?
There are some, and I know some of some through
this might make you a villain.
Yeah, this might make you a villain. I was gonna disagree.
Because this is a hot take. I've never heard this one before.
I've never seen that angle. I like this angle.
But think about it. You go and you give yourself, yes, you agree to this, you have children, you create life. It doesn't give you to say, okay, well, this is gonna be me now. I'm not gonna make the efforts to pull yourself back together in some capacity. You don't have to look like you did from the very first time in the marriage, but with a true good partnership and your man being there to support you and help you and everything else, you'll be able to get some sort of bounce back, not completely to who you were, but something that gets you closer. It shows it's almost an evolution of yourself.
Yeah, and that's what that support comes from, man. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna hit it from this angle, because what you're saying, I get it. But when a woman has a child you don't have the time. Just same with the man. When a woman welcomes a baby into the world and y'all trying to raise children, you don't have the available time to do the things that you used to be able to do. And
True.
I'm speaking to from a man standpoint. My kids was younger and smaller. I would help my wife with the kids, so I didn't have the time to go to the gym like I would like to. So that sacrifice.
Hmm.
So at some point, when the kids get older, we both have to say, okay, baby, now that we got the time to focus back on us, let's go to the gym. So
Yes.
there's going to be a time where that person body may not get back as fast as you like, and it depends on your job, it depends on your
Hmm.
situation, because everybody's situation is different. But if that woman is on you, because just like women gain weight, men gain weight.
Yeah.
Some
Yep.
men gain more weight than women when a woman pregnant. Shit,
Yep.
some
Yeah.
men.
Men
So
get that.
yeah, so therefore,
Sympathy
it should
eater
be the
too.
like for the woman to turn around and be looking at that man like, oh, you nasty, you slut. I mean, because at the same time, we have to make sacrifices. Shit, we may not be able to go to the gym. We helping with the baby. We doing certain things. So
Hmm.
for a woman to look at a man because of his physical appearance and not understand that, hey, this man has made sacrifices just as well. He didn't push no baby out, but he's taking time away from being able to go to the gym. And some men still do it. Now, I'm not saying all. I'm saying some men still say, fuck it, I'm gonna do what I gotta do for me. But
Yeah.
then there are
Right.
some men that say, you know what, I'm gonna be there more to help my woman, and I'm
Hmm.
gonna take a back seat to the gym. The gym gonna have to wait because
Right.
whether it's financial issues, whether it's just the job. So it's all about coming together and being a team, understanding each other, understanding what we can do and what we can't do as a team. And I
Yep.
go back to the first post about, is it a business? I mean, if you run your business, sometimes your business model does change. And sometimes when you see it changing, if you don't change and everything else around you is changing,
Hmm.
your business is going to close. So
Yep.
sometimes you have to make adjustments as you go. There's going
Right.
to be things that come up that y'all didn't have planned in your life, but you have to be able to make those adjustments as they come.
Right.
Yeah. And to be honest with you, the way you talk to your partner too, you got to look at it. I mean, like you said, man, telling your partner you look sloppy. I mean, like it's the way you speak to someone to like
Right.
motivate them, encourage them, and stuff like that. That's not encouraging your partner or spouse, telling them they look bad or sloppy and stuff like that. You got to find ways to communicate with each other in a positive way, in a productive way instead of a toxic way, because that's not gonna. I mean, just when you communicate like that, you're just causing problems and stuff like that, and then it leads to, well, I'm not gonna listen to you. I'm gonna find somebody who loves me the way I am. You know what I'm saying? It could lead to issues like that. So I think you should understand your partner, and you should know how to communicate with them as far as to get them to do something and stuff. So I mean, like if you need to take the trash out and you got to tell your husband or your boyfriend or something like that, you don't curse them out and say, hey, you know what I'm saying? You say, hey, can you take the trash out, please? You know what I'm saying? There's ways to get things
Right.
done. So I
Right.
think that how you communicate with somebody, you can get a better response or better action from them.
And
And
if you don't know how to communicate, there is nothing wrong belittling or demeaning any way of asking, "Hey, how can I help you? What can I do?" Ask that question, and if
That's
they
a
say,
that's a great
No.
question to
right,
Yeah,
ask.
for
and
real.
if they don't, and if they say, "I don't know," okay, let's figure it out together. You know what I
And I, and
mean?
I right, I get you. And I used to always say this too. I used to always tell a person, just because you learned how to talk doesn't mean you know how to communicate.
Yeah.
And I mean, sometimes you talking and you thinking that that person really know what you're saying, whether you screaming, whether you yelling or whatever. Sometimes you have to scale it back. Sometimes you have to break it down to its simplest form. And like if y'all talking, sometimes you have to say it back to her. Hey, is this what you said? Are you telling me this is what you need me to do?
Hmm.
Like, just to make sure that y'all on the same page. Like, if you know what I'm saying, sometimes shit, you may not hear it, you may not understand what it may came through your ears a totally different way than it came from her lips. So sometimes repeating it back to her or him will get a better understanding of communication. And sometimes people, man, really miss this. Is this one of the most important things? Is just talking and learning to listen.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because everybody want to be heard, but nobody want to just shut up and listen.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and
Sometimes,
a lot of partners don't take the time to even talk to
Yeah.
each other, bro. You know what I'm saying? I mean, of course, like everybody's busy. You're working, you're doing this and you're doing that. You're taking care of the kids. You're cooking. You're doing yard work. You're doing all this. But as far as a couple, you need to take time to communicate with each other and just see how you're going mentally. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, how's everything? Everything fine? What do you need me to do? this is what I need you to do. You know what I'm saying? As far as team, proper communication is everything. You know what I'm saying? You got to take the time to talk to each other and see what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Because that your man can be just struggling with, you know what I'm saying? I mean, work can be killing them. You know what I'm saying? Going, bringing the kids to sports events, all that kind of stuff. So you need to actually understand the mentality of what your partner is going through. You know what I'm saying? Instead of just assuming everything's all right. But I mean, we always revert back to, what I'm saying, communication is everything. I don't even know how important we can, just stress that, how important communication is.
That,
So.
that, lit- that literally could be like once the kids go to bed, y'all get like, I don't
Yeah,
know,
for sure.
favorite cocktail
Mhm.
and talk in the living room, hang out where they're in the bed, toys all over the place. So
Mm-hmm.
we'll clean up tomorrow. Let's just spend this time together. Like especially when you have children in life, the one thing I love so much about my sister and her husband and their marriage is that they make time for each other. Okay. Like she be texting me when you want your niece, and so like,
If it's important, you're gonna make
and I
time
was
for it.
and I was down there
That
like,
look, that part I was just about to say that, Floyd.
yeah. And then like when I was down there, for those couple of days, I knew that they don't get this time often unless, I'm working on my joint custody rights to get a 1 week a month. It's like every other month right now, but
For who?
that's my child too. Okay. She's my,
Oh my.
my to the surrogate. I got my niece to say this. She's like, but like even I was down there, and then my brother-in-law was like, when Auntie come into town, I don't have a kid, so I already knew what that meant. Like y'all go, they were just in the room, just watching TV, just bonding, having that time together, and it was just me and my niece. Like they find every intentional moment with each other to keep that bond strong in their marriage. In addition, and trust me, my sister loves her child, but
Hey,
you just got to be intentional about it.
can we all agree? I mean, I'm speaking for myself, but I
Yeah.
mean, I would like to hear the opinions of you guys. I think that the most in most of my relationships, when things happened or when we stopped communicating,
Mhm.
that's when it really went south. Like in any failed relationship in my past, I feel like the minute that communication stopped, like whether we went a couple of weeks without talking, whether we went a
Yeah.
couple of months, shit just got worse after that. Like it was no way of turning back. Either she found somebody to talk to, she found another guy, you found another woman. Once that communication stopped for a long period of time, that's when it goes to shit. And so what I've learned about life and about relationships and about marriage, you just don't stop talking, man. The
Right.
more you say, the more you put out there in the atmosphere. If it's whatever's bothering you, talk. Keep talking. The
Mhm.
minute that shit gets silent and it goes silent for days, and
Mm.
then the days turns to weeks, you got problems on your hand.
Yeah.
That shit gonna become a problem. It's gonna be harder to fix if you don't find a way to talk. If you let shit a month go by, 2 months go by, y'all in the room in the house walking by each other, not saying shit,
Yeah.
that
For
shit
sure.
becomes hard to break that ice. Like you gonna be like, well, fuck it. You went a whole week without talking to me. Fuck it.
I
You gonna
think
have that fuck it attitude, and the next thing you know, man, you gonna get to a place where you do something or that person does something that wasn't what you wanted to do, but it breaks the relationship. But
you
go
think
ahead, bro.
as you Ken, you think as a man, if something like that happens, you need to initiate the communication, being the leader of the house.
I think at the end of the day, as a man, you got to do whatever you got to do to get your relationship back on track. I mean, so yes, if she's not talking, I mean, it's not. It shouldn't matter who starts the conversation, but
Right,
if it
right.
comes to a point where nobody's talking, yeah, you might have to do that. You might have to do that sometimes. I mean,
Mhm.
I feel like it ain't something that you should do all the time, but if whatever it takes to get you and your spouse back on the
Hmm.
same track, you got to do it. Whether that's calling her 20 times a day, you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Since she answered that motherfucking phone, you got to do whatever you got to do to keep them lines of communication over. Because once those lines of communication get closed, bro, I'm just saying, like, you know how you go to a store and you can't get no alcohol after 12 o'clock,
Yeah, for sure.
it, it's over. That
Yeah.
night is a wrap. If you ain't can't get no liquor in them, they close at 11 or 12 o'clock.
Hmm.
It's a wrap. Your night is over. You can't do shit. It's a wrap after that. So once those lines of communication is closed, it's over, man. It's
Can I
over.
can I make a suggestion? And I'm a huge fan of Hobby Lobby because they always have a 50% off sale too. Okay. So my suggestion, and
Okay.
this actually helped in a lot of my relationships, like, i.e., they always like, oh, how you doing? I'm like, no, you're in sex, we're not together anymore. No, it's not, it didn't work. But one thing that I was very intentional about is like at least once a month or a couple of times a month, like I would go and like print out a whole bunch of questions, cut them up, and I'm like, okay, we're gonna spend an hour. You get your favorite drink. I'm gonna get my favorite drink.
Oh, you put a little effort in this.
No, you have to be like, it's almost like
Okay.
dating. Like we also, I'm like, okay, we're gonna do this. So like there was one where, and I had saw this one where they had like a jar, and they would do like, they would pick it out, and that'd be like them picking a date night. Like it's something for them, an activity for them to go do. And then, but for me, the one that I would do is like we would go answer questions, and you'd be really surprised. Like, and you've been with this person for a while, the things and the responses and the mindset that they unleash behind these questions. But my like one suggestion I would have is intentionally setting some time aside. Like, okay, so on Fridays for 2 hours at this time, we're just gonna sit here. And the thing is, it's perfect because sometimes people, and you already know it today, people don't know how to communicate. Like our communication is sitting on social media and
Mhm.
sending each other posts now.
I mean, James McKnight said that men are terrible communicators, and he said he knows he is.
I was
James,
about to.
I just gave you a suggestion on how to communicate. You get you this game, you cut up them questions, put it in there, you draw one with your significant other, and y'all answer them. And it's gonna drive it. And the more you guys do that, it kind of gets you in the practice of communicating more.
So
That,
I'm
each so both of y'all write the questions and cut them up and throw it in there.
yeah, you write the questions, or like me, I was like, questions for married couples or questions for
Okay.
dating couples. Cut them up, put them in there. We pull one,
Mm.
and answer a question, and
well.
we each talk about it.
I'm gonna say this too, Floyd. Like I seen what he has said because I definitely agree we are. I definitely agree that I am too.
Really?
Sometimes, yeah, sometimes I say what I say something and I didn't mean it that way, or you know what I'm saying, it comes across. I think it, I say it, and it ain't really what I wanted to say. Then I got to bring that shit back. But by the time it came out my mouth, she heard it,
It's
and it's
too.
like it's too late. So sometimes I didn't mean it to come out that way, but it came out that way, and I didn't fucked up and hurt her feelings or something, or I didn't say something that was disrespectful, and I didn't know that it, in my ears, the way I thought about it, I was like that shit was disrespectful. But by the time she repeat the shit to me, I'm like, oh shit, that shit was kind of disrespectful the way I said that shit. So as men,
Okay.
sometimes we may need to take time to think before we talk. Before you, like Erica said, write that shit out on the card. One thing that I practice on now, man, is slowing down. Like break that shit down, slow it down. Um,
That's what
Make sure
Daniel
I'm in a
said.
good space. Yeah, make sure I'm in a good place, a good headspace before I say some shit. Because if I'm moving fast, got a lot of shit on my mind, and I'm in and just depending on if we got into a heated argument or whatever, sometimes I'm not thinking about how that shit come out. Sometimes I'm like, I don't give a fuck, and I'm saying whatever I want to say without thinking who it affects.
So,
I
Mhm.
don't. I'm not caring
question,
about the way that I threw that shit. Like, say you
See,
throwing dart, it don't. I'm not. Go ahead, Eric. What
question for you.
about
When
me?
you before Yes, for you, before you speak something, and I do this a lot because I know how to just like be on auto response basically. Do you ever in your mind
My
think about
God.
what you say and ask yourself, okay, I'm saying this. If this was told to me, how would I receive it?
Nah, I don't do none of that.
That's a
I
good
don't do
practice.
nothing.
That's
No,
what
it is good
I do
practice,
that
but
all the
I'm
time. I do
no,
it all the time though. I ain't
no,
gonna lie to you.
no. I'm gonna be real with you. I mean, in a lot of times, in a lot of instances, you know what I'm saying, and this is not something that um I want to make excuses for. But I
Mhm.
know my dad would always sometimes come back and have to apologize for some shit, and you're like, that ain't how I meant to say it, But it came out that way, and then a lot of times, whether it was my grandmother or everywhere, so it's kind of like a family thing.
Yeah,
Sometimes you just,
your
it's wired that way. You know what I'm saying? I'm wired that way. And now as I become older, even with my children, I have to stop and think before I say. Now, those are the ones that I really be careful with because I want to make sure that I don't hurt them. I don't do anything to push them in a direction that I don't want them to go.
Hmm.
And so being mindful of my children, I also got to be mindful of my wife. I got to be mindful of my mother. Got to be
Hmm.
mindful of a lot of people that I may say something and offend that I didn't mean to offend because sometimes I just say what I feel and didn't really take the time to break it down to see who it may affect by what I said.
See,
You know,
here's my thing on that. Yeah, I think men are bad communicators, but I think women are equally bad communicators. But I think the bad communication is different from each side because men are bad communicators because we like to say it with our chest and we say it with just, just um basic logic, I guess is what best way I can describe it. Because we're looking at trying to fix the situation. Women, on the other hand, they want you to understand them as far as like you should already know this, you should already understand this because we've been together for X amount of years. How do you not know me by now? Kind of like read your mind type situation,
Yeah.
yeah,
read the body type situation. And men don't listen that way because we're not built to just read your mind. We want you to hear it and we want you to say it in a way that's just blunt and just upfront and exactly what we need to hear, exactly what you need to say it just like that. Say it. Yeah, we want you to communicate the way we communicate, but that's not how it works. And I think that's part of I think that's a problem right there too. And that's why relationships get better or should get better as it goes longer because we get to understand each other better. So she should be like, okay, he likes it when I explain things this way. So let me explain it to him in a way that I know that he can understand. And he should be like, well, I need to be a lot more calm. Like you said, I need to speak a little slower, and not slower as far as like her mentality, but slower as far as choosing my words better and choosing my tone better, so that it doesn't blow up to something to be like, oh, you're disrespecting me. I'm not disrespecting you. I'm just saying, why can't you reach it? You know, he's like,
Yep.
why can't you reach it? And it sounds like that you're attacking her, but I'm not attacking
right.
you. I'm just like asking you a question. Well, why can't you reach it? And because when we're focused on one thing and you ask us a question like, hey, can you reach that for me? And that means we got to snap right out of whatever our focus was on and snap right into what you're saying. And sometimes that snap is equal to um, the tone. The tone
Yeah.
matches the
It's
snap,
being
and it's a little
reactionary.
more. It's more aggressive than what we're actually trying to be.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's and one because one thing I was gonna say is that when especially when communicating, like the biggest thing is that we have to pause when somebody
Hmm.
asks something, pause, give yourself a moment, and then answer the question or then respond. Because sometimes what we find ourselves is like we need to make sure like it's some people like men could be from like, am I coming from a place of pride? Women, am I coming from a place of emotion, so to speak? But
Right.
pause and then give a response, meaning that you had a moment to process it somewhat and then be able to give a response, because that's where we fall short. Like
Yeah.
it's our autopilot. Say we hear a question, we give an answer. It's like, wait, but did you actually just think about what I asked you, or did you just give me something? And then
Yeah.
like, and you'd be like, oh, I didn't mean to say that.
But
Hmm.
Yeah.
you know
When
what?
I'm, go ahead, Ken.
I said one thing with us men, like you said, I heard you mention the word pride. Yeah, we're very prideful, and also like we care about respect. So a lot of times in the communication process, when when a woman's talking to you in a certain way, whether it's the certain tone she uses,
Mm-hmm.
you feel like, hey, who are you talking to like
Yeah,
that?
it's no respect. The
That
Yeah.
tone
whole
doesn't show respect at
yeah,
all.
Yeah.
it doesn't give me like you open to communicating
That's
when you
hard.
just use you gave me a tone and you gave me language that is not coming clear to my ears,
Yeah.
and so
Yeah.
it's
Hmm.
hard for me to go to a place because of my pride,
Mm-hmm.
because of what I'm saying, that I'm the man. It makes it hard for me now to communicate in the way that I want to communicate. Like I want to communicate with you, and I want to use words that's soft. I want to use words that, hey,
Yes.
let's talk. But when you just came at me with a tone that makes me, now I'm on the defense, or now I got to
Yeah.
stand on my square, it makes it hard. And this is the thing that most black women do to black men. I gotta use black women because y'all are so strong, and sometimes y'all want to come attack the man and try to come at us in a way that now we gotta stand on our square and go
Mm-hmm.
back and forth with you
Because
too.
you know
Because
what, Ken? If that man doesn't stand up for himself sooner or later, she gonna just keep running over him.
oh, she gonna
She
run
gonna be
over
like,
him.
that's
Oh
how I
yeah,
She gonna run over him.
absolutely.
that's how I get things settled is the tone of voice I use
Yeah,
And
she
yeah, and
talking to
she
you.
yeah, talking to him any kind of way, and she go
And don't
through.
let it be that she makes more than you. Don't let it
Oh my
be.
Uh,
God,
And then, so now this man is getting now. He feel like he has to accept it.
he going down the
Yo,
rabbit hole
oh
now.
No,
yeah.
I mean,
I
not,
mean, I'm just telling you. You saying no, Erica, but I'm saying when most women in a position of power are making more money, they look down upon that man, whether
but
he's working.
you just said one thing that was very fundamental. In a position of power, in a marriage, there is no power. Do you get what I'm saying? It's a
I get
partnership.
what you're saying. I get what you're saying,
If
but
it's a partnership, there should
that's the
not be
perfect world. That's in a
power.
perfect world. But I'm
No, it's a
speaking in
realistic
what's going on.
world.
I'm
That is
speaking in what's going on
realistic.
today in modern world. What's going on in society? The divorce rate is at an all-time high. People don't
yep.
even want to get married no more.
No.
People don't. People look
But
at marriage and be like, "Man, I'm not doing that shit."
I've
Do you know
talked to
why?
so many. I've talked to so many people lately who have talked about they want to have kids, and they're just like, yeah, I'm not even looking for a man or anything like that. I don't even want to.
they
I ain't
just
even
want
worried
to eat.
about having a man. I'm just going to have the kid just to have the kid. You know, whether it be
Is that our culture though? Is that just
that.
That's
our
how,
culture?
bro.
I don't
That's how we look at it.
think it's our culture.
Everybody.
It's not just our culture.
You don't
It's
think
not
so?
just our
No,
culture,
no,
but
no, no, no.
we're living. We
That's
live
world.
it.
That's just people. Period.
That's
Yeah.
true.
That's just people. Yeah.
But I'm gonna put it this way, y'all. I mean, and this is I speak on this because of course I care about our people and I want our people to do better. I try to
Hmm.
push
No
the
doubt.
bar. And that's why these conversations, I'm even on this podcast. I
Hmm.
mean, I
Fact
mean,
though.
a lot of people may not even agree with some of the things I say, but I'm on this podcast because again, if I got something to say that can make somebody say, man, I can understand that man viewpoint. Like these things that
Mhm.
we talk about is common in our society. I mean, there's men, black men out here that's going through the same things and experiencing some of these same issues. So marriage to me is very important, but the way we go about it and the way we what we're doing right now is causing our own destruction. I mean, women are hold on.
Yeah. And I'll say I had a close friend, and we would talk all the time, well, we still talk. It's like my best friend. And the point that he was going back and forth with the challenge in his relationship is that, his wife was always like combative. She would always like combat, and then he would like feed into it. And I was like, don't feed into it. When she
Mhm.
comes at you with that energy, just tell her you're not going to engage. Like, say, if you, when you want to have a conversation as an adult, like if you want to come and talk to me, you can talk to
Yes.
me. You don't need to raise your voice. And then I just said, and and then of course, Rome wasn't building day. He would slip up and he do it. I said, no, every time
Hmm.
she does it, shut
Hmm.
down, don't engage. And then after a certain point, she was like, okay, well, like, damn, like he really is not going to engage. And then they got to a point finally to where if something is bothering her or whatever, she doesn't do that anymore. It's literally like you have to set those boundaries in that
Yeah.
relationship. Because when you're in
Hmm.
that marriage, you got to remember you're in a marriage, but you can also constantly have to work on yourself too. So you're working on
Hmm.
yourself, you're working in the marriage, you're working on the children, the things of that sort. So there's the work never stops. And like they say, marriage is hard. It's extremely hard because you add so many elements and you have to consistently, like, you're constantly working and involving yourself. You're involving in the marriage. You're involved in the relationship. You're working with your partner because again, your partner should be evolving as well individually, and you should be learning different aspects of your partner as well as the children in the household. So there's multiple levels that
Hmm.
you've agreed to in that relationship, and unfortunately, it doesn't give you the excuse to back out of it because it was just too much work. But that's what a union is.
Yeah, I think like when you're evolving and you're doing certain things, I think you want to include your partner too. So like let's just hypothetically say, you want to start going to the library and reading certain type of books or something like that. Or, like something about your mindset or self empowerment or whatever the case may be. And you might want to tell your partner, like, you want to come to the library with me? You want to check out some books that or something you might be interested in. So I think if you're involved in certain things, and even if we say like, as far as working out, eating better, doing certain type of things, you might want to involve your partner too, just to see if you could bring them along with that journey. Also, you don't want to just do all these things solo, and then when you reach a certain point, now you're looking at your partner and be like, I'm doing all these things, I'm growing, I'm improving on certain things, and you're just the same. When I think that I think you need to communicate with your partner and then help them kind of reach their goals that they want to do to improve themselves and their growth and their journey. And like Christine said, you know what I'm saying, marriage teaches you not to be selfish and to work together. That is the goal, because you are a team. So I mean, you want to
Yeah.
include them in things that you're trying to do. So I think
But
with the
boy,
proper communication, yeah.
what do you do if you're in a marriage and a union and your partner is just happy with being complacent and not growing within the relationship?
And what you that's a good question. You have to have that conversation. You have to tell them like, look, I'm doing all these type of things. Is it something that you want to do? You know what I'm saying?
And
Is it a
nope,
hobby or
nope,
something that you want to do?
nope, I'm fine. And what do you do then?
I mean, it's all kind of things. Like,
She's playing
look,
devil's advocate.
yeah, it's like all kind of things. I mean,
Because it
like,
exists. It exists.
It
It
definitely
it does
does. It
exist,
definitely does.
but you just got to keep communicating until you hit that point of what they like. They might like to go out to dinner, so you try different things. You go to different restaurants and stuff like that. You try some. I don't know. You go to a vast of different restaurants, Erica. Maybe you want to try something that they never, experience, and so you try to open up different experiences for them and stuff like that. So
Oh, but what if I tell you, oh, I know we have kids and stuff. I just want you to take care of me. I want to do what I want to do, but I don't want to have any of those responsibilities, although we're married.
you don't want to have no responsibilities as far as like with the kids and all that.
Taking care of the kids or doing anything
Oh,
like
okay. Well, I mean, unfortunately, some people you can't save. Some people you can't save, and that person
Hey, that's
that
facts.
doesn't want to grow and do all those things, they will be lonely. They will be sad, and hopefully, when they get older, they will realize that their stubbornness and not willing to grow is the reason why they're by themselves and they can't find nobody, and they're complaining about this no men out there for me and stuff like that. Sometimes you gotta look in the mirror and you gotta be accountable of your actions and the way that you push people away. So
You got to see that you're the common denominator of all your failed relationships.
yeah.
yeah,
That's the
like
truth.
Christine said, are men attracted to someone with that mindset? I actually do know somebody that's, I don't know if he's attracted to that mindset, but he's been with that mindset. He's been with her for so long that I'm just assuming that he's just
Okay with it.
he's just okay with it. You know what I'm saying? So, I do know somebody who's, I'm not gonna say attracted to that mindset. He's just okay with it or
All
whatever.
right.
And I think he's uh the fabric of marriage, that he believes in it so much that he's not willing to leave, because he believes in marriage and that union so much that he's not willing to be a statistic as far as divorce and stuff like that. That's what I'm assuming. I'm not speaking for him, but that's just what I think. So yeah, he settled a long time ago. I'm not gonna post his business or something like that, but it's a long time ago. He's been settled, unfortunately. Good guy though. Oh man, let's go ahead. We've been talking about it was marriage more of a business move, man. It look like let me go ahead and say, man, this podcast is available on YouTube, Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, everywhere. Facebook. If you missed it, you can just go back and watch it again, man. You know what I'm saying? And if you want to chime in, you can hit us on 409-233-0017. This is the Kickback. We got Erica, we got Ken, we got Bear on the show. And we just discussed, is marriage more of a business move? Let's lighten it up a little bit, man. Let's lighten it up, because we talked about marriage, but let's talk about let's talk about before you get to that point, and let's talk about what are some mistakes, what are some dating mistakes that people make, man, as far as the single people out there. You know what I'm saying? What are some of the mistakes? Because I keep seeing people that are single for a while. So are they making the mistakes, or I mean, are the other people making the mistakes? Are they not being accountable? Like, what's up with that?
Can we go back to that settling thing that we just said?
Yeah, you could do whatever you want, my G.
I mean, that's part of the problem right there, man. Some people, they get into it, they just settle in just because, okay, well, we got somebody that likes me, so I'm just going to go ahead and just stick with this person for a little
Somebody
bit.
stuck
And
with me.
like,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm like, why are you doing that? If that's not the standard that you're looking for, then don't settle for that standard. Go for it. People are upset because they get called picky, or they're just like, oh man, you're too picky. You need to broaden your horizons, and you need to open up and date around different people. Like, no, man, if you know what you want, then you know what you want. And even if to me, I don't think that you should. There's some people that I think they might be a little bit too picky. I'm like, hey, but to each their own. So if that person wants to be with a certain type of individual, they got to be on a certain high level or they're certain low level, then that's where they are. And that's what they want. Let them have it. Let them be. But a lot of people are probably still single right now because, or just not satisfied in their relationship because they settle for the first person that walks by.
Yeah. What do you think about Amy talking about? She said she just hopped on, but I was talking to a guy and asked him if he was married, and he said he was in a business arrangement. Yo.
You know, what is
Well,
Dang.
we already had that as a topic, so I mean,
I mean, that was the
there's
first what half
that was
hour
the
we've
first
been here,
one.
hour.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So
We
I
discussed
think,
that,
hey
but
Floyd, I just think she need to go back and rewatch some of the things we said
yeah,
because I think that'll answer that for it right there.
when
Absolutely.
he said that right there, you should move on after that.
I mean,
Yeah,
right?
shoot, you should put the facepalm emoji on there. She know
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, she
yeah,
already,
yeah.
just move on
I
from
mean,
that situation, because if he in a business arrangement with her, then I don't even know what the arrangement he'll call you, to be
yeah.
honest with you.
Right.
Facts.
Yeah,
So
Right.
but hey, on that what we was on, man, I had something I wanted to kind of add with what Bear had said, with the mistakes that some people making. I think one of the things is sometimes you got to change your circle. I think that if you
Mm,
hanging around the same people and you getting the same results, they say birds of a feather flock together.
mhm.
mm-hmm.
You rarely see eagles, hanging with ducks and chickens. I mean, number one, because the eagles soar high and they not going that low. So if you hang around, I mean, and this is not a shot at anybody, it's just my opinion. If you hanging around women that, what I'm saying, got their ass out, what I'm saying, shaking their ass,
Mhm.
twerking, going to the clubs,
Yes.
dealing with those type of men, and then you sitting here saying, I want to get married, I want this type of man, you're probably gonna attract the same type of men that they're attracting because you're hanging around. So they're the dudes that's hollering at them, they're gonna try to holler at you too.
Yep.
And vice versa. So it goes the same thing for men. If you call yourself a good man, but you're going to places that attracting these type of gold digging women, I mean it's the same thing. So sometimes you got to change your circle. Sometimes what I'm saying, the people that you're hanging with are bringing you to places that ain't gonna have good women there.
I'm
And
not. I'm not to interrupt you, Ken, but to be honest with you, if you see a female that's all on social media and every weekend she's twerking and shaking her ass, that's not no wife material.
no
I'm just,
sir,
just
no sir.
speaking on just speaking for a man, you know what I'm saying, that is married and stuff like that. I don't want my wife twerking every weekend on social media.
Hey, I
Right.
That ain't
even take it even
the
further than that,
mindset of
bro.
that.
Look, as a married man, I don't want nobody coming to my house that's wearing shit like that. You know what I'm saying? That's what we don't have that problem, but I'm just saying, had that be the case, one of her homegirls, just said my wife had a homegirl that was wearing shit like that coming to our house. I would have
Mm.
to say, hey, it's a flag on the play, baby. She can't come over here like that.
I
Automatic
think we talked
respect.
about
You
that
gotta
too, as
respect
far
them
as
Yeah,
period.
you
Yeah.
can't
One
bring
another.
your friends over here looking like that, and it's not because I'm looking. It's just a respect thing. Like I don't even want that type of shit in my house.
Right. It's
yeah,
not a
And,
pool
and
party.
yeah,
and to
which
be
we don't
honest
have
with
that
you,
problem. I'm just saying.
if your spouse does go out and they having a good time, they turning up, which is no problem, then they need to be on the mature side to be like, okay, we not finna be posting this on social media. You know what I'm saying? Because
Right.
I represent my
Yeah,
husband or
husband. I'm a
whatever.
reflection. Right,
Yeah,
Right.
I'm a
right.
reflection. And how would that look? Me twerking and showing my ass and all that on social media to other people to see this. So it's more of a respect factor too. I'm not saying you can't turn up and do your thing, but
Absolutely.
you know what I'm saying? It's more a respect factor of the image that you want to present out there and stuff like that.
And see,
Because
people,
that's
but
actually
people
what I
don't.
was about to say. I was going to
What
say
you
the
gonna
same
say?
thing. I'm like, you can actually go out there and have fun. You can do whatever you want to do. I mean, even in the privacy of your own home, you can jump on the table and
Yeah, for
swing from the
sure.
chandeliers,
No
however you
doubt.
want to do it. You know what I mean? But I mean, but at the same time, don't have your stuff reported. Just go to IG Live or Facebook Live so everybody can see what you're doing. But behind the closed doors stays behind closed doors.
Hey,
Yeah.
bro,
Yeah.
I'm a true believer that the people that you have in your circle are a true reflection of you. And I mean, whether it could be your friends, it could be family or whatever. The people you choose to hang with, the people you choose to put in your circle, like my circle, very small, very small.
Hmm.
And as I got older, it got smaller because I have more to lose now versus back then. So I'm not gonna risk losing something, having somebody in this circle. The people that's in this circle are gonna do the same thing and cherish. They're gonna cherish my life like I cherish theirs. I'm not
Mhm.
gonna put them in a situation that could take them away from their family, and they're not gonna put me in a situation that could take me away from mine. And when I mean by take me away, I'm not talking about through accidents. I'm not talking about through things that can just happen to anybody. I'm talking about putting me in a harmful situation, putting me in a
Mm.
position to where, hey man, we in a club, you know what I'm saying? Let's go see these women, that type of shit.
Yeah,
Like respect.
let me piggyback off that, Ken. Like you said, your circle, they care about you just like they care about your relationship.
Yeah,
So if
definitely.
Right.
they so they are protecting you and then protecting your relationship. You know what I'm
Ship as
saying?
well. Exactly. Exactly.
If they see some female all in your ear or doing all this or vice versa or some man, then your friends should be like, ah, no, that's
Now
not,
we
you know
not
what I'm
gonna
saying?
do that. Not like
Yeah.
say the friends that I have, bro. We not going to put ourselves in that situation. But say
Hmm.
for instance, if a female did come and talk to one of my partners or me or whatever, we're gonna be able enough have enough respect for each other to say once they conversation over, hey bro, what you doing? Come on man, let's
Yeah.
get up
Yeah.
out of here.
Facts though. Yeah.
I'm gonna let you handle your
Hmm.
business, but I'm gonna also let you know what you're doing.
Yeah.
Like
For
what you're
sure.
Hmm.
doing right now. Like true friends check each other. True
Right.
friends hold
Right.
each other
Yep.
accountable. And if any of my friends get mad when I tell them the truth, then that's not a friend. If you
Hmm.
get mad when I tell you about yourself and I tell you, hey, bro, you what you doing is out of pocket.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And this is holding you to a standard I want you to hold me to. If I do something, I'm not perfect. I've made mistakes, but I also had friends to check me too, to say,
Right.
bro, you tripping, bro.
Yeah.
Like that
Real
ain't that
talk.
ain't a, that ain't a good move you about to make.
And I remember
Yeah.
there was it was some episodes back we was on a discussion about married people having single friends, and I was
Yeah.
like,
I remember that.
most of
Hmm.
my friends are married. Like even with one of my friends, like all of us are super super close. Like we go out with them, their spouses, everything. We always have like a good time. Even to one time, like one of my friends, I don't know. We were just having a little too much fun, and I'm not gonna that day, and not get into details. But who is our friend, she was like wiped out. Like we all Ubered back to their place. She went straight in the room to sleep, and it was just him, and then like his friends and our friends, and we all just hung out playing card games. Like that's how close we are because we all have that level of respect for one another. And
Okay.
to me, I also feel like I know people say don't have single people around married couples, but I go back to how I said this before. You can learn so much about marriages. You can learn so much from other people's marriages. It's
Hmm.
literally in so many ways like a cheat code. It gives you like a preview of like what you could expect. You know what your situation won't be exactly the same as theirs, but like you get to learn things that you wouldn't learn on your own, basically.
I'm,
As
I understand what you're saying, Erica, but I believe that applies to just when you just open your eyes and just look around. You can pick up that shit from anywhere. Just looking at things and saying, I'm learning from people's mistakes. I'm learning from how this person moving. Like just paying attention, being observant, being just recognizing what's going on in this world when it comes down to marriage. But I understand what you're saying with a true friend, a close friend, you have access and to a lot of things that you probably wouldn't normally have access to.
yeah, but
The
Yeah,
number is
because
down
I
below
think
four nine
on.
two three three zero
Oh,
zero one seven. No, go ahead, Bear.
okay. Because I'm thinking like I'm agreeing with what Erica's saying, and same thing with you, Ken. But in fact, that yeah, you can observe that by just looking around and seeing, like what's going on with, the world around you. But at the same time, too,
you gotta have that.
having that access, being able to see the follow up
Hmm.
of, whatever issues might happen or whatever disagreements might happen between this one couple and that couple, and seeing how they handle it, publicly, and how they handle it privately is probably is more of probably where she's coming from on that. It's just more
Yeah,
it's more of the follow
because
up, and
Hey,
it's
hey,
more of the
Bear.
in
right,
depth part of it.
I
me,
got this for Erica and Bear.
right.
Do
Mm.
you know people still fail open book tests?
Yeah, yeah,
Oh,
but no, but this is not a test. It's
No, no, no,
I
no,
love
no, no, no.
it.
What I'm saying, this is
yes,
not a
but
test. I'm
yeah,
saying, Erica,
yes.
you have access. So when a teacher gives you access to an open book test to know, okay, it's right in front of you to pass it. I'm not saying you, but I'm saying there are certain people that still would fuck it up even though they
But
got the
again, you missed
information.
what I
Hmm.
said. You're
No, I'm
on.
not talking about
No,
you. I
no.
was just asking you a question.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But what I said earlier, you're observing these relationships, like you're getting this access to these relationships, and no, it's not going to go exactly the way for you as you observe, but it gives you a little bit more insight. It kind of gives
Right.
you a little bit more wisdom, like, you know what, if I didn't see this, I wouldn't have had this kind of mindset if I was in this particular situation,
Hmm.
so to speak. It helped, and it's something, and it's almost like being completely ignorant to the situation, and then you get into that very situation not having any exposure to be able to witness and observe and learn before going into that situation.
Yeah.
Yeah. Amy was saying as far as, well, I'll talk about what Amy said, but I think as far as like some dating mistakes people make is that they have too many expectations too soon.
Oh yeah.
Hmm.
Um,
Yeah,
Oh
that's a
yeah.
good one. That's a good
yeah,
one.
People want to
you
be
gotta,
treated like wife. You know,
What,
girls
what,
want
yeah.
to be treated like wife,
what, Floyd?
but they're just girlfriend.
Hmm.
I don't even
Floyd,
know your middle
Floyd.
name.
You give
I
your
want
whole resume on the first date.
Go
That's
stay
ahead,
with
Ken.
where you at, Floyd. I do like that. I love that one, but I kind of want just want to add a little bit something to it.
Yeah,
Not
go
only
ahead.
do they have too many expectations, they have false expectations as well. Like say for instance, based off of something, you know what I'm saying, previous or whatever, they expectation has nothing to do with reality. Like a false expectation of something that y'all never discussed, never, you know what I'm saying? I am who I am.
Mm. Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Don't sit here and put this expectation that we never even talked about. We never, I don't have, and like I said, we don't have expectations on each other. Like, whoever you was when I met you, that's who I expect you to be. You may change a little bit. I may change a little bit, but I mean, I don't have expectations to where I'm like, I expect you to be this 10 years from now. I don't have that expectation.
Hmm.
I'm happy with you because that's who I chose. And you know what
Yep.
I'm saying? Through the ups, downs, or whatever, no matter what, I'm happy. I don't have any expectations. Just being real, I don't. I never.
Yep.
The expectation I had was when I met you and I saw you and I said I want to marry you. Like
Hmm.
that was the expectation. You know what I'm
Y'all see what James says? He has.
saying?
He said, "I have a quote. You act like a wife till you become one."
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
sometimes that is true.
Sometimes that is true.
But
Sometimes that is true. I mean, there's
Yep.
women that act like a wife in the beginning, and then when they become one, they change up, they switch up. But
Hmm.
that also can apply to men too. You
Yep.
know what I'm saying? Yeah,
and
it's not just a double standard. Like we gotta also put it on the other side. Some men they show all the good qualities, and then the next thing you know, they get married, then they become a hoe. So or they were already there to begin with, but they just disguised it. So
yeah,
we just gotta keep it 100. We can't
and
say one and without the saying the other.
and
Right.
that whole acting is one big. So I'm gonna say this real quick. I'm not gonna go in depth on this one. One huge mistake is y'all getting on these dating apps. I don't care what I said, case plus shows. Okay, all right, the next step.
Dating apps.
But
Is
dating
that
apps.
still
that's
good? That's
one
still
huge
going
Yeah,
on?
Ken, we
that's
out of
Oh
touch,
man,
dog.
one
We
mistake.
out of touch.
dude.
Don't even.
I
The
don't even
amount of
know
people,
nothing about this shit.
They on them
dude,
apps.
the amount of people who keep trying to tell me to get on dating apps is ridiculous, and I ain't doing that. I ain't touching that.
Dating. I
But
didn't know that
but
shit was
the
a thing going on.
Oh
But
heck
I
yeah.
go back to the act like a wife till you become one. That's y'all's huge mistake. Well, not y'all's.
Uh oh.
Their huge mistake of giving your whole resume. Like, so what are you looking for in a partner? Oh, let's just get to know each other and just see if we're compatible. I'm not going to give you everything that I want in a partner, because then you're going to start to move and think and act that way. And then when
Yeah, I
you,
mean, yeah, true. On that part,
That's
it's
that
a
open.
game of
That's that
chess.
open book test. That's that open book test. Like you're not
yes,
Yeah.
gonna
yes,
put.
yes, open
Yeah,
book test. You're right. Open book
Yep.
test. And
that's
when,
open book test.
A
but
lot
yeah,
of people fail that part too.
And
but yeah,
Absolutely.
that's what I said.
A lot of people
Absolutely.
fail
People
that
still
part.
fail an
They
open book test. You could give
That's
them
why I
all
love
the
that
answers.
analogy, man. I never heard of that one before, but I love it.
Yeah, motherfuckers still fail it. And they're like, how do you fail? And then look, the first thing you say to that person, how do you fail an open book test? You must be a stupid motherfucker. You
yeah.
gonna say that to that person
okay,
like,
bring
dog,
any
I
child
failed it.
that
Like,
just got that
dog,
book.
how do you do that?
Take a chapter.
How do you do that, Floyd? Now, take your time and look for the answer. Like they even give you a table of content in most books. Like I remember when I was getting a job, it was like 100 some questions, and it was pretty much open book. But people still failed it because they didn't know how to navigate in the table of content to go find what they wanted because it was a time test. So the same thing with relationships, and the same thing when a person gives you pretty much all the information, and the person tell you, and the only time I've ever seen this really happen is usually when a woman is, or a woman or a man is giving another person information and they're with a man or with a woman already. So say like you got a girl and you talking to another girl telling her everything that your woman ain't doing. You giving her all the answers of what she need to do to catch you, because you're telling her, hey, I'm not happy with my girl. She not doing this for me. She not doing that for me. She don't know how to, what I'm saying, she don't cook. So everything you telling her that your girl don't do, the minute you do get in the opportunity to take her on a date or whatever, she gonna do everything you said do
Mm-hmm.
just to get you. Now,
Mm-hmm.
once you with her, then you gonna realize who she really is, because she's gonna start to go back to her true character, her
Yeah.
true nature.
Mhm.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, there's people that still fail, even though you know everything that this man told you he wants.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna present it just for that moment. But then
Man,
once you get him, you're gonna go right back to whoever you was. So you basically a chameleon there. You know what
man,
I'm saying?
the discipline and the patience some people don't have, because let me tell you this, some people haven't been on a date in so long that when they do go on a date, they're already attracted to the person. So let's just get that out of the way. So they already attracted to the person.
Mhm.
So when they go on a one date, they're already making posts. They already have this mindset like, oh yeah, this guy right here, or this, you know what I'm saying? This is the one. They're already calling them hubby and all this, because they don't have the discipline and the patience to wait it out, and then you know what I'm saying, and to see who this person truly is. They don't even really know the family. They never met the mom. They never met the brothers and sisters. They don't, they
All of that,
haven't did all.
Floyd.
Yeah, they haven't did
All,
none of that.
all of that, and one more thing. The main thing they do, all of what you said. Now I know it was a lot and it was good. It was 10. I'm just gonna make it 11. They start posting pictures of their new man or whatever on Facebook, social media. That's the wrong thing to do. Now you
Yes.
don't even know what this man. So now people know who you dating, who you talk to. You start telling your business, who this person is that you with. And you only been talking to him for 1 or 2 days, 3 days, and
Mm-hmm.
then next thing you know, the truth, whoever he was talking to, side chick, whoever, then they start to come out and tell you who he really is.
Mm-hmm.
So and you didn't give that opportunity to really find out shit about this man, because you start posting pictures of him
Yes,
before you
Mm,
can really
man.
find out. It's
mm.
like you
Yeah.
you didn't pretty much didn't put look, then told on yourself, ooh, I'm talking to Greg or I'm
Mm.
talking to Craig. And
Mm-hmm.
then next thing you know, Craig ain't ready for you to put Craig on social media. He
Yeah.
not ready for you to post his picture. Next thing you know, before your relationship even started, it's doomed.
Oh,
Yeah.
you know what that is? Dating
Boom, this
mistake.
done.
It's done. It's over.
Another dating mistake. Stop taking pictures of y'all food when you on a date. You're supposed to be on the date. Be on
Too
the
much
date.
too
Be
much
on the
phone activity on a date.
Too much
right.
phone
Dude,
activity.
Just
leave the phone.
eat.
Leave the phone alone.
Just eat.
Yes. Yeah.
Damn,
Yeah.
Erica, I
I
think
don't
I
I
think
don't
that's
know,
the phone.
Erica. Maybe you can take the quick pick and then get
Yeah,
back in the
get
conversation.
back to, yeah. That ain't, I've done that before. Like shit. If I'm
Can
at a night,
can
if I'm
can
paying,
they
if I'm paying $200, $300 for that meal, shit, I better you better remember this.
can they take
Shit,
the
hey,
quick
I'm gonna
pick?
bring this shit up again.
Yeah,
Hey,
they might.
you
Hey,
remember
man.
that time? You remember that time I took you out and that damn lobster was goddamn, a
Yeah.
steak was 200.
Let that.
I gotta hold
Yeah.
on to that.
Yeah. Yeah. We gotta
Erica,
hold on
you
to that
gotta let a
memory.
nigga take a picture of the food, cuz you tripping. You gotta
Nah,
let him.
for real,
Erica
he
ready
got
to
to be able
get
to
him
take a
out of
pic. Now,
there.
if he
Yeah,
taking a picture and then he going through the filters and then he
yeah.
trying to post it, then he trying to find a song to match with it, and then he
Take
got
it with
like a little, he got a whole bunch going on with it. Like, all
Yeah.
right,
Yeah.
take
yeah.
it with your camera.
He did
Save
20,
it for
30
later.
minutes to do all
Okay,
that.
And I'm about to say that's what I'm saying. Now the food and got cold and everything.
do a few quick shots and then keep it going. Don't go, oh, I gotta
Hey,
no, you can wait till tomorrow to post this. Like it
There
yeah.
don't
you go.
Yo, I'm
Yeah,
There
not
you
gonna
go.
lie.
I
Thank
got
you.
it. But I
yeah.
can't stand it.
I
I
don't know
gotta
about
say,
I don't know about the guy taking the pic though, but I know the female. You know what I'm saying?
hey,
Like,
the food, but I
Oh
mean,
yeah.
most
Either
people
way.
going to take a picture of the food, because my thing is shit. If you had a nice restaurant, and like I say, it's only like once a year that you're gonna take, maybe go to 2 or 3 times a year. I don't know what people do, but for me,
mhm,
I try to at least go at least twice a year that
mhm.
I'm in, because like I say, spending $300 $400 on food on one date is it got to be special. I
Yes,
mean,
yes,
that
it's
ain't something
pretty.
I'm do
Yeah,
every
yeah,
day.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
not
yeah.
something
I
I'm gonna
feel
be
you.
taking. And I mean, as much as I love my wife, and if she hear me talking, it's not that she doesn't deserve more, but we got other things. Shit, I can cook my damn self, but to take you out on a nice restaurant, I can take you somewhere that'd be like $75 or $100. But to do that 300, that's something. It got to be anniversary, birthday, something special. If you do it every day, it
Um,
doesn't make it special when you do it every day.
so I don't know because I spent a very comfortable amount when I just treat myself. I feel like my one-on-one
Okay,
days
Erica.
with
Well,
myself
you could treat
more.
yourself, Erica.
But I'm just
We
saying,
know,
I feel like
Erica.
my one-on-one. I feel like my solo days for
uh,
myself. I got to date myself
Oh my God,
listen to.
Jesus.
I would say I feel like my solo days have been more than some actual days.
hold
So
on. So
Oh
your
yeah.
solo dates is
like,
$200-$300?
Sound like she spent about five on herself. She
God
sound like she
dang, on
do
a solo
stars,
date?
everything.
look, I plan it. I gotta pamper myself, enjoy myself, love myself in every level. Okay, I don't need somebody else to do it for
Well,
me.
Erica, you could do those things, Erica. I mean, I ain't mad at you, Erica, but when you
Technically, I'm a single non-mother right now, so
that's what I
I
was gonna
gotta,
say. I was
Yeah,
gonna
that's
say.
true
I gotta
too.
be real strategic. Okay,
Yeah.
while
Yeah,
it
Yeah.
is
I was gonna
cool to
say
be
that.
cool, but
Well,
it's
you better
cool to be
enjoy it
cool.
while you can. You better enjoy it while you can, while you're trying to get custody rights now. So,
Yeah,
No,
that's
no, it's
true
not
too.
custody rights. It's me raising a sibling. No, it's not.
Well,
Okay.
them
And paying
flowers. Hey,
paying
them
I
tuition.
thought
plants.
you
You
were talking
better.
about that niece.
Hey, Floyd.
Oh no, on
She
my
got all
knees.
them goddamn plants back
Them
there.
all
They gonna be
expensive
costing a
ass
lot of money
flowers
too.
and $200-$300 for a plant.
Oh,
I
those are
know.
children back there.
That's them children right there. Them plants.
Yeah, my bad.
Hmm.
You
That's
can't
that's
call them. You can't call
peace.
them
That's
plants. You
my
gotta
peace.
call them kids.
No, no, those are her babies.
Yeah,
I
they're
mean,
not
I
plants.
prefer
They're
that over some
kids
red
and
bottoms
babies.
any day of the week, so that's fine.
Botanical childrens.
And she ain't Florida. Know she always throw that out there when she's making a point in red bottoms. So she gotta let us know she got some
The
red
red
bottoms.
No, no,
Yeah.
no, 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 no. I said I prefer plants over red bottoms any day of the week. So
I know what you said, but I say every time you make a point, you always talk about some goddamn red bottoms.
I'm just
So
saying like that's a quick one. Yeah.
at this point, we know you probably got a pair of red
Mhm.
bottoms somewhere in the
Yeah,
house.
yeah. You going on a date with her?
A
The red bottoms is coming out.
Yeah,
I
we
a
mean,
know that.
pair,
they gotta.
a pair. She probably got about 2 or 3 of them things when she
I am
talked about them.
faithful. I am faithful to Aldo. Okay, that's my weakness. So
Mm.
Okay,
that's my
all
weakness.
right. That's what's up. Okay, okay. It's some guy watching the show taking notes. That's
Okay.
just one of the
Yeah,
ones she adding on to the list. She like plants, red bottoms,
red bottoms,
uh,
I do
pumpkin
not like red
pumpkin
bottoms.
spice
I do not
lattes
like
and all
red
that shit.
bottoms.
gray sweatpants.
Grace Red fans,
I
pumpkin
ain't about
spice
to say,
lattes.
don't even. I'm not gonna get caught up with that tonight. No,
Vegetarian but seafood.
Yeah, crawfish.
Uh,
Vegetarian, but still loves the crawfish.
I'm not vegetarian. I told you I have a particular diet.
Pescatarian.
No, I can't say pescatarian because I also like wild game. So throw me some,
Okay,
you
yeah,
know.
you're gonna have to create a name for it.
I know
There-
for real. She make up her own name.
Okay, so let's get to this one, man. How do men pick wives, dog? How does a man pick a wife?
That is such an open book.
It is.
it's a double edged sword too because you got how do men, and then you got how do boys. It's two different ones.
Ooh, ooh,
Okay.
So
speak on it.
Mm.
Thank you, Amy. Right. So cute.
Speak on it.
what what'd you say? E?
No,
Amy,
Amy.
she chimed in.
Yeah,
Aldo shoes,
real
too cute.
cute. I love Aldo.
They talking about shoes.
Guys,
But
that's what
yeah,
Amy like. If Christmas coming up, just get us some Aldo shoes.
Seven.
so
Amy be on here. She need to call in.
7.5.
yeah.
7.5. That's the shoe you wear.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, 7.5, guys. Amy, what size shoe you wear, Amy? We go try to get somebody to get Amy some shoes too.
See, there she go. There she go, boy. She throwing out thirst information now.
Adrian.
No, that's for me
Oh,
some
who said somebody called? Somebody just said something about somebody calling in.
Oh
I
yeah,
said she
yeah,
needed
yeah.
to
Hold on.
call in because she been on it, man. She been putting up comments all night.
Oh
Yeah.
man, I got this new update app thing, man. It don't, man. I don't know. It's kind of hard to. Ever since I got this new app thing, I mean the little upgrade, it won't let
Yeah.
me. Hold on, let me see if I can. Oh, he hung up. He full of shit anyway.
Oh,
Okay, but all
oh,
right, go
God.
ahead.
All right, Doug. Somebody talking Florida is on me,
Okay.
man.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, go
Okay.
ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. I don't know what the hell.
All right, dog. Well, I'm gonna take it from what I said. Like, how do boys pick wives? I don't even think that they have any clue what they want other than booty and titties and fucking.
Yep.
Now, how do men pick wives? They looking for someone that I mean, now say if a man has children, he looking for someone to come in and help with their son, daughter, whatever, to be a helpmate. They're looking for a woman that's responsible, that's caring, that's loving.
No,
Uh,
Adrian. No, he said
so
call back. I just took the
uh,
until I figure it out. I'll fix it for the next show. So call the
yeah,
next show.
so I don't think that me and Trudy go into it when we looking for a wife and be like, oh, she gotta be this on the physical side, but it's be more of that I need her to be this way on the mental side and
Mm,
spiritual. So she has to reach me on a deeper level than sex, and has to reach me on a deeper level than what her physical appearance looks like. You know what I'm saying? I need to know, what I'm saying, would she love me? You know what I'm saying? If I didn't have this, or if I didn't look like this, would she be here for me? And I think we've had this conversation before when I had said, like, how sex wasn't on the top of the list. When you
yeah.
become a man, you don't think with that head. You think with another head when it comes down to longevity, when it comes
Hey,
down to
let me say this, Ken. When you first came on the show, I remember a lot of people disagreed with you. You was like the villain when you first came on because you said that, and a lot of people thought you was capping. For real though, I remember when
yeah,
Ken
yeah,
came on when he first started, like a year or so ago,
yeah.
and
People tripping.
when he said that, they was like, "Oh no, 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 no." But to be honest with you, a lot of people don't understand, man. Like mentally, man, being attracted to somebody mentally
Come on.
is more important than physically, dog. You know
Right.
what
Come
I'm
on.
saying? Like
I
because
mean,
at a for longevity wise, you're not gonna sustain those looks forever. You know what I'm
No.
saying? And you got to be attracted to that person mentally. When you get in your 40s, 50s, 60s, you know what I'm saying? Your girl ain't gonna have that fat ass like she used to. The tits ain't gonna sit up like they used to. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna have to be attracted to her mindset, the way she thinks, you know what I'm saying? Uh but as far as the physical, like when you say boys, like boys, yeah, they think, oh man, fat ass. Oh,
hmm
tits. Man, I'm finna get her pregnant. That's gonna be my baby mama. You know what
mama,
I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah.
And all like that. That's how boys
That's how we
think. You
think.
know what
That's
I'm
how we think,
saying?
bro.
Yep.
They
But
don't care. They don't care about nothing else. They don't see
that's it.
Mm-mm.
anything else other than just trying to fuck. They all they care about is a quick nut. All they care about is trying to fuck as many as they can. And even like you said, when I'm gonna get her pregnant, and then once they get her pregnant, when the responsibilities of the real world hit you, they not ready to step up and be that man or that husband. They don't even know what their next move is. So like I said, when I became a man, and I speak from a point like what you were saying, Floyd, I didn't care about being a villain. I
Mhm.
was only speaking from my experience because life is the
Yeah.
best teacher. Nobody on that, that was called in was like, oh, that nigga tripping. They can't speak for me. I'm speaking from my own personal experience of what I learned about myself. I realized that sex wasn't the number one thing for me. It was so much more other things that made me care about a woman than it was sex. Like when I had a genuine connection with a woman, I mean, that it mattered, but it didn't. That wasn't going to be the reason I stayed.
Mhm.
There's another girl out there that has uh the same thing that she has. You know what I'm saying? I was trying to use a PG version, but have the same thing that the next woman has. So
Yeah.
it
Thank you
has
for
to be
that.
something extra that make you want to stay with this woman, build with this woman. It can't just be that because there's always going to be a woman with a fatter butt, bigger breasts, pretty eyes, pretty face. God didn't stop making pretty people. They're gonna always have pretty people,
Mhm.
but a person that you can connect with, a person that you can grow with, that God made one of those for you. One. I'm not
Mhm.
saying, and I don't look at it no other way. Like, oh well, I'm gonna find me another wife one day. No, this is it for me.
Yep.
This shit. I don't look at a plan B. I don't have a plan B.
Right.
I got a plan A, and I'm gonna throw it all into that.
Talk
Yeah.
to
You know what
him.
I'm saying? So I mean, that's all I got. Y'all can have it from him.
I'm
When
gonna
you
say this, man.
okay.
The way I picked my wife, man. To be honest with you, it was just how comfortable I was with her. You know what I'm saying? How she made me feel as far as like it was just a calm setting. She was like somebody I wanted to be around. It was like peace. She wasn't, loud and stuff like that. We was able to have some great conversations. We was able to sit in the car and just talk. And
Hmm.
it was just somebody that I wanted to be around. Now, growing up how we grew up, I've been around some hostile women. You know what I'm saying? I've been around some wild women that have been to jail, women that used to fight all the time. You know what I'm saying? That atmosphere, I was used to that. So, like being around her, it was different. You know what I'm saying? And
Mm-hmm.
I just loved her mindset. I loved the way she think. I loved the way she carried herself. And that was something that I wanted to be with and grow with. You know what I'm saying? As far as I thought that was something that I needed in my life to make me better. And so those are the reasons why you know what I'm saying, I asked her to marry me. Now everybody got their own reasons and stuff like that, but you know, as far as I thought
Mhm.
that she was somebody that would, you know what I'm saying, help me become, you know, a better man and stuff like that. And I think, you know what I'm saying, that's I think we're missing that sometimes, you know what I'm saying, when we date a woman and we look at them, we like, is this somebody that can, you know what I'm saying, help me become a better person? And I don't think we think about that sometimes, you know what I'm saying? I think we kind of lose sight of that. So, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, that's how I pick mine.
That connection. I mean, whenever you run into somebody and it just clicks just out of nowhere, especially when it clicks and you're not even really looking for it. And that, it's more than just, like I said, it's more than just, uh, physical attraction. It's more than just, the booty. It's more than just the breast. It's more than just, the pretty smile, the beautiful eyes, the face, the dimples, and all that. All that. That's just the topping on top of the ice cream. Whatever you talking about, that mental connection, that spiritual, that emotional, when you vibing on the exact same wavelength and you're speaking on the same terms, and even when uh, they're bringing information to you that you never even thought of, and and you're learning from that person. That's something that, like you said, can beauty looks that fades away. Floyd, you mentioned that too, but I mean, but that other part, that don't fade, that don't change. So
Mm-mm.
that's that's a whole nother level. That's a whole nother vibe right there. And that's where you're supposed to look at. That's where you're supposed to look at as far as looking for a partner is concerned, because that individual, and when I say partner, I mean lifelong, your wife, your husband, your spouse. That's how you look for somebody, because that's where it's not even just the fact that that part is not gonna fade from them. It's just the fact that that part is going to be the most consistent thing about them, and that's what attracts you and that's what attracts them, and you both can build off of that for each other, and uh, grow on that with each other and make each other better because of that.
Let me say this. Amy, she does wear a size 9, guys, but also Erica. What do you look for as for a man, as far as, you know, being your husband? Because how many times have you been proposed to?
3 times.
3 times.
Yeah.
Okay. Have you said yes to any of them?
No.
Hell, dog, that
Well,
hurt.
one, just once. I'm lying. I had one actual fiance, and then
Okay, all right.
I
So,
say
what kind of qualities do you look for? And you know, I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna say every woman wants the qualities that you want, but speaking for women, what are women looking for?
honestly, see, that's a tough one. I'll say some women because I can't speak for
Okay,
all.
yeah, okay, yeah, yeah.
Only because for me, it's like at the end of the day, I want someone, and yes, I'm gonna bring it back to just I like my love for God. I want a man who loves God just as
Mm,
much as I love him. And
okay.
then I also think about the long term, like when I'm getting to know this person, I'm thinking about our interactions. I'm not thinking about just in the moment,
Mm-hmm.
but I also think like, how is he gonna handle himself when we have challenges in our relationship? And then
Mm.
when we're all old and gray and it's done, and we sitting on the porch, and our depends, like what kind of conversation are we gonna
I'm
have?
sorry.
You know,
I'm not looking forward to that, dog.
I'm just saying.
You caught me
I'm
with
like
that depends, man. I'm sorry.
relationship. What we have then, like to me, it's so crazy because when I think about it, like my great grandmother,
Mm-hmm.
when my great grandfather had passed away, you could tell that that was her soulmate and the love of her life. Like
Yes.
she
Yeah.
felt like her life was complete. It's just literally like a love that stood the test of times. They did have their challenges because when she got Alzheimer's and her memory started going, we started getting all the tea. when she
Uh,
started mistaking my father and
grandma.
and my great uncle as like her. She was like, "Oh my god, Papa is
Grandma.
so," you know. But
Yeah.
it's just like it's just one of those things where it's like I'm not looking for the easy way out, but I want to make sure this person also is like holistically in a good place
Mm.
for themselves. Like you don't have to come in having solved all your trauma, heal from all your trauma, but you have to be willing to want to grow and better yourself at the end of the day. But for me, that's like what I look for in a husband. And
Hey, hey,
he doesn't have to cook, but it'd be nice.
Okay.
hey, Floyd, I forgot to add this too to this topic. I forgot to say that, man. Most men look for honesty too. Like, well, I ain't gonna say most, myself. You're looking for someone to be honest
Mm-hmm.
with you. You know, and if you can gain that, and you know that you don't have to ever question or to feel as if that person will lie or mislead you, that's a
That
comfort.
trust.
That trust, yeah, that right there is a big one for me. You know, and I know you took it to personal. I don't know if I took it personal as far as why I married my wife, but one of the things that was special about her, and I didn't want to let you show me up like this, so I got.
Ah, because you know I was thinking that just now too, dog.
Yeah, I didn't want you to let you show me up. So
I swear I was just thinking that too, just now when
I'm
you
like,
started
dog, you
talking,
can't
dog.
let you show me up, dog.
Hold up, wait a
That's
minute.
why I
So
like this show,
anyway,
dog. I ain't even gonna lie to you.
Yeah, I can't let you show me up like that, dog. So one of the reasons why, what I'm saying, I think I chose her,
Yeah.
and I think, but she, definitely she made me feel safe being with her because, like I said, everything was pretty much an open book.
Is she on the
You
side of
know.
you?
No, she's not on side of me. She's probably in another room. She's probably in another room, but she'll probably go back and watch the show when
No
I'm
doubt.
sleeping or some shit.
Yeah, one
she
hundred.
like, I know
But
you love
huh?
her. She like,
And
I know you love
hey,
her.
ain't nothing like getting those points when
Babe,
she didn't
check
expect.
out the hour and 26 minute of the show.
Hey, don't, these are little things that, what I'm saying, you get those little points when you didn't even know, like, baby, thank you for being so thoughtful, whatever. But just being honest, though, those are things that made me love her because when she was being honest and open, telling me things that she didn't have to tell me, just let me know that, what I'm saying, baby, I'm here for you. If
Yes.
there's anything you want to do, just those nights of just talking, sitting there watching videos on the couch, what I'm saying, I'm playing the Ozzy Brothers and different songs that I like. We're holding conversations and just making you feel like, you know what, you're my best friend.
Yeah.
And
It's
that,
the intangible. It's
yeah,
the
Hmm.
like those
intangible.
things, dog,
Yeah, the
are
intangibles.
Ozzy
those
Brothers?
moments, bro, in time. If I can go back and rewind, bro, they meant so much to me at that time, and they still mean a lot to me now because, like I said, she came in my life at a time where,
Made me say
um,
don't be pillow talking.
took me. Uh, but seriously though,
Yeah.
those were the things that we used to do, and it made our relationship so strong because, sitting up talking and waiting on her to
Mm-hmm.
come over, and then
Mm-hmm.
we would sit on the couch and watch movies and fall asleep with each other, like those type of things, man. People don't do that anymore, but those are
Yeah.
the little things that make relationships so special. And if you want to know how you can take your marriage or relationship to that next level, you got to start there. You got to start having those basic talks, those basic nights where y'all, doing, just sitting there doing nothing but talking about life, talking about each other's life. She knew a lot about me. I knew a lot about her, and she made me feel safe. She made my children feel safe. She made me know that, hey, if she was to be in my life, I'm gonna take care of these kids.
Mm-hmm.
Like, your children are my children. And that was big for me. And she was like, I know that you love your kids, and that's a big one for you. And she made me know that, hey, she loved my children. I couldn't marry no woman that didn't love my children. I don't expect her to be like, oh, I love them like mine, but just love them, goddamn it, just love them, because that
Hmm.
expectation a lot of people have, and I think is an unfair expectation because and this is people say, I want a person to love my children like they love their own, and it's not true. Nobody's gonna love nobody else's
That's
kids like they love
impossible,
them.
honestly.
It's impossible. So that is something that I learned, that it sound good to the ear, but it's just not true
Right.
because I can love your children all day long, but then I can't love them like I love mine because
And
Yeah.
that's mine. It's impossible, but I would never treat them differently. But
right.
the love that you're trying to put on me and project to say, oh, love them like you love yours, it's never going to be that. And I'm just honest to say, I could make it sound good and say, yeah, I could do that. But to be quite frank, you wouldn't even do that. And I wouldn't
Yeah.
expect you to do that. So
I pictured the scene that you said. A little Isley Brothers. Did you have a little yak or something? Little
Tequila.
brown.
nah, bro, it was just us, man. You know, the
Tequila.
lights was off. You know, music playing, sitting on the couch, talking,
No,
laying
no
up late
alcohol.
night.
No
No, I
alcohol.
wouldn't
No
know alcohol.
crown.
She
No,
don't
no,
really
no
drink.
adult beverages, huh? All right.
No beverages. And I'm gonna tell
Oh,
you,
okay. Yeah, y'all was
and this
deep.
is this is off the record.
Hot tea.
Mm-mm.
Huh? What'd you say?
Hot
Some tea?
tea. Some tea in
Some
you. A bit.
maybe a bottle of water. She
Okay.
probably didn't drink. She probably was drinking some water. Maybe some wine at that
Not
time.
to
Little
start talking. That's
parched.
all I'm saying. Get a
Yeah,
party.
yeah. She probably had some wine or something like that at that time.
All right, somebody
But
about to be dehydrated around here.
yeah,
Yeah.
but Floyd, this is one, and this for Bell too. This one that as men, I'm gonna give this one away. Most of the time, what we do when we're coming from out of a relationship or we did the work on ourselves, you try to find something that's so far from what you've been with. You don't want nothing close to your ex, or you'll go like whatever. And that's why I say when we praying and we ask God to send us someone, we got to be specific of what it is that we want, what it is that we're looking for. Because what I'm saying, say for instance, you had a woman that was in a club, so you asking God, Lord, God, please don't let me find another woman in the club. Let her not party at all. Let her
Good
be.
job. I said you
Yeah.
everything.
So I'm saying like, so your next woman, whether she go to church every Sunday, whether she I'm saying she's going to different things, but she's not in the club. All of those type of things were so different for me because that's what I was asking God for, was something that was so different from where I've been. Like I didn't want a woman that partied. I didn't want a woman that did drinking. I didn't want none of that. I didn't want those problems that I had before. So I made sure that whenever God brought me something, I was ready for it because I'd already prayed for something to take me away from that
Hmm.
where I've been.
Right,
And a lot of people
right.
don't ask God to take them from that. They end up going right back to the same type of woman that they left. You know what I'm saying? Like you may be with a woman that was partying and drinking. Then you go with another woman that was partying and drinking. Then you get with another woman that's partying and drinking. And those same toxic behaviors go from one woman to the next woman to the next woman. And then it becomes, guess what? You toxic.
Yeah.
Because
Well, what's the
that's
definition
all
of insanity?
do
Yeah.
something over and over
Yeah.
again. You
There you go.
become what you looking for. And that's why I said so. Floyd, I don't want to steal your thunder, but that's what was one of the biggest things I had asked God to give me something so far different than what I had.
Yeah. No doubt.
And when I saw it and I knew that she wasn't nothing like that, I knew she was the one.
Yeah. Okay. I see what Adrian. Well, McKinley Anderson says we need a balance. My wife don't drink, but I turn up. But she keep me in balance where she keeps me humble and love life. Okay, you
Hey,
know what I'm
hey,
saying?
yeah. Hey, I like
That's
balance.
yeah.
We gotta have balance, definitely, definitely. I
Yep,
agree.
You gotta have somebody that's gonna look out for you too.
yep,
You know
Yep.
what
no
I'm
doubt.
saying?
You both can't be fucked up out there.
So yeah. Auntie and uncle out there fucked up
Yeah,
and stuff like
yeah,
Somebody
that.
got to be CD.
Yeah,
yeah.
for sure. So man, you know what I'm saying? As far as you know what I'm saying, y'all had good points and stuff like that. This been a great show on the cool. You know what I'm saying? There's been a lot of gems that have been dropping and stuff like that. But man, let's do one quick one. You know what I'm saying? As far as uh you know what I'm saying topic, and this was about sex, man. You know what I'm saying? Because we talk about relationships all the time, but we don't really dive into like the sex part of it, which is important too. So you know what I'm saying, as far as sex becomes better when
Okay.
Erica.
So, so, so part of the problems I had with dating is that like some guys have like they feel like I was taking too long to get to that point. But the biggest thing for me is I have to actually develop this like level of like vulnerability and actual like a deep connection with you. Like,
Mm,
and it takes a
Yeah,
while. Like it's just like, and I'm not saying like every person I've dated in the past, like past relationship is taking me long. It just depends on how strong chemistry you're using as a light aspect in it. But then just from like how we develop. So like, is this person can how vulnerable is he with me to be one for me to want to be vulnerable with him? But to me, it gets better when you just have like that deep emotional connection. It's just like something surpassed. It like it's almost like it's almost like dopamine to me. It's
Mm.
like a dopamine driver for me or whatever. So that's like one of the big things that I know I'm not gonna be comfortable with you sexually. Like even if say we did it before then, I'm not gonna be able to fully relax and enjoy the experience because we haven't reached that point. So I just try not to even get to that point if I know it's not going to happen. Like I'm like, you know what, I'm not even going to do this because I'm not going to enjoy it. I'm just doing it to accommodate him, and I'm sorry, I'm not doing it. But
Yeah, I think when you take time like exploring like what each of you like, you know what I'm saying? I think that's important too. Now, you can, if it's not that wild, you know what I'm saying? I think it'll work. You know, they got some people like some wild shit out there. But I just think, you know what I'm saying, when you take the time to like, you know, focus on what they like too. You know what I'm saying, when it's more like of a pleasure instead of the performance. I think as far as performance wise, that's like a little selfish, you know what I'm saying? As far as you just trying to like, you know, get yours and just perform your thing and get up out of there. But when you take time to know the person, know what they like and stuff like that, I think that's when sex becomes better too. And when you're mentally attracted to them too. Also, you know, you're trying to please them and you're trying to please each other. And I think that's the caring aspect for it. If you don't care, I mean, we all didn't, you know, our younger days, we didn't really care. We was just trying to get out. No, we didn't care about pleasuring them or nothing. We trying to get ours, get in, get out, and that's it. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
But when you tend to like them, love them, it becomes more of a satisfying them any way that you can, you know. And I think that's on both sides. You're both trying to do that. So that's when sex becomes better.
and you just brought up a point me and some girlfriends were laughing about the other day. To be, I don't know how else to, I don't know lack of a better term. Women can tell men who like to watch adult videos. There we go. Who like to watch adult videos. Like you can kind of tell, you can kind of see where some of their education might have come from. Like they would try to lean you for
Okay.
kids. So when y'all, it's like, oh my god, like he clearly watches a lot of
Porn.
videos. Yeah, you know he
Yeah.
clearly watches a lot of porn or whatever. So I'm just like, ugh, we can tell, and it's not attractive. It's not attractive.
Mm.
So it's not attractive. Just FYI.
Yeah, I'm from the side that I can't have sex with somebody if I don't have a connection with them. You know, I mean, it's got to be some kind of a mental connection or romantic or emotional connection with somebody. I can't just I can't just like I don't know like how from the standard of way society builds it, it's like all guys could just be like, okay, well, shoot, if she get naked, he's up and ready. Now that
Mm-hmm.
ain't me. It just that's never been me. My mindset has always been. It's the same reason why I can't. I really don't like going to like strip clubs or anything like that. I've never actually. Well, I take that back. I've never been to a strip club, and I don't even watch porn. Never watch porn just because of the fact that it doesn't do anything for me. There's no connection. So I mean, it's just like, whatever.
Yeah.
So yeah, I gotta have that. It's gotta be that connection for me.
Mm.
Wait, what?
Ken.
What up?
Can't say I ain't been talking about. Can't say what up. I already know what that means. Can't say I'm straight. You know what I'm saying? He said I didn't already got my good point in. You know
No,
what I'm
no, no.
saying? I
Hey,
ain't gonna have it taken
actually,
away.
actually, actually, I'm ready for this one. I'm ready for this one because I mean, I was listening to you guys and everybody said, definitely. So I'm like, damn, that's a good point. That's a good point. That's a good point. So when it came to me, I wanted to make sure that I didn't touch on some of the same things that you guys had already touched on. So, I mean, like I said, but sex becomes better when I think it becomes better when we're able to just, look at each other and accept each other for who we are. And it's not a job, but like you don't look at sex like, oh, that's my job. I got to do this for her. And you actually taking time to listen and you doing things to her because you want to do them, because you care about pleasing her. You care
Yeah.
about making sure that, what I'm saying, she's happy. Whether, you may not get to sex right away. Like, I know main times when guys want to have sex, they just want to get straight to it. But you may want to take time to rub her feet. You may want to take time to rub her back. You massage her legs. Like there's other things that as a man should do that doesn't consist of just going straight to sex.
Mm-hmm.
So there's things that just like leading up to it, listening to her say, "Baby, my back hurt" or "My neck hurt," and you taking time to massage her back. You taking time to massage her feet.
Foreplay.
That yeah, foreplay. So there's things
Yeah.
that can help the sex be better, but mental part, like knowing that okay, I care enough about my spouse or my woman that I care to make sure that she's good in all aspects. Because, like you said, that selfish part to where all I care about is my nut, and that's all I care about. That's only gone 15 minutes, 10 minutes is over. But to string that out, to know that there is so much more that we can, and it's a whole universe out there that we can dive into that's involved sex that it doesn't always have to do with me, fucking. It can be with me rubbing your back. It can be with me rubbing your feet, and vice versa. Her doing those same things to you. And then when it does get to that point of sex, it becomes when you look at sex as more than just a nut. When you look at sex as a whole universe of things that you could do for each other, that sometimes it can be a touch, it can be a rub, it could be feathers, it could be whatever, like whatever Eric was talking about, but not the dildos in the ass. But I'm saying it could be certain
Wow.
things that you
Wow.
do that
Oh
hey,
wow.
not nothing like that, Eric. I was just saying not the
Erica, you
dildo.
getting down like that?
No, he just always cracking up jokes like, man,
Yeah,
The
I'm,
men
I'm
that you
throwing a
talk
jab.
to do those things?
the men
Yeah,
that
hey, I'm throwing a jab at her from that last time we talked about something, and she
She
said
spank
the
him. She
dude.
spank him in.
I was talking about that, like it's with the exploration fluidity in
Wow.
the bedroom
Yeah,
instead
yeah, I'm
of
fucking with her.
kissing adults. And he like, so you know, the man wanted you to play with
And
his
then
booty.
Erica, you did say you would do that to
No.
a guy.
Yeah, she said that, dog, and that's why I'm fucking with her,
What,
Holy
what's that
cow.
Netflix show again?
bro. That
That's
episode was
Sex
wild.
fire, bro.
dungeons. Sex dungeons.
Erica, we would never let this
I
go.
gotta
This
find
is
that
gonna,
episode, dog.
yes, we
But
got to find that
I
episode
never,
because
I
I remember
never
it.
said playing with the booty. I said that's between those two consistent adults. If they fine with that, that's fine. Like that's their thing.
Playing
So
No,
with
I know,
Man, you got to find that episode and share the link,
but
bro.
I'm not, but
Holy
I'm not gonna
cow.
judge them. I'm not gonna
no,
judge
but
them as
I'm
well.
fucking
Like,
with you. I'm messing with you, man. But
no,
at the end
I
of
know.
the day, at the end of the day, just trusting each other, man. Because once you feel comfortable with that person and you trust that person, and it's like you don't have no restrictions, you don't have nothing that you worried about. You can be yourself, and she can be herself. I think that's the main thing, man. When you have restrictions and you scared and you don't want to, you don't want to do certain things because she may say this or he may say that. Being your true self, whatever it is that you like to do, finding out what he
Hmm.
like you to do, you know what I'm saying? Because there are certain things that, you may want to do and you don't even know that he might like you doing that shit.
Mhm.
But because you never talked to him and he never talked to you, you never found that out. So those are things that's important. And it becomes better when you both being honest with each other and telling each other what y'all like and what y'all don't like. And I think that's simple as that.
Just
Yeah,
being
man, you can
selfless
connect
and
with
uninhibited.
words too. Oh, go ahead, Erica.
No, I
What's that?
just said just being selfless and uninhibited.
Hmm.
I agree. I agree. I can check
Yeah,
on Eric. You knocked that out the park, E. That's this
Yep.
your expertise. You own this one. This
Which
your this yours.
hold on, this is not my expertise. Dominatrix, and then I'm gonna over here telling me
No,
like,
I'm just saying you own this topic. It was you knocked it out the
oh,
park.
just make sure I was
That's
like,
all I'm
I
saying.
don't know how to fight with y'all
Oh,
now. Hold on.
I did not say anything about the. I was just joking with
that
you. I was just
dominatrix.
joking. Yeah, I was just joking. I was just joking.
water. My boy Andrew say Anderson say what you got to drink. Water, my dog. Um, but I mean, it's all kind of different things as far as man. That's disrespectful. Me smacking all on here. But it just depends on the person. You know what I'm saying? As far as sex becomes better. But like I said, when we're younger, all we care about is ourselves, just trying to get that nut or whatever. But as you
Hmm.
get older and when you get in a relationship, y'all get a little bit serious. It's more about pleasure and pleasing the other person. And it should be vice versa too. Y'all should both be trying to
Yeah.
have that, you know, mindset and stuff like that. But
Mhm.
um McKinley Anderson or whatever. Okay, cool. But that's when sex becomes better, man. Um We're an hour and 45 minutes in, man. It's been a great show.
Yeah.
Um, Erica, what you doing later on tonight? What you got planned on, Erica? What you doing
I
after?
so after I'm coming off my fast. It was a very fun week. Um,
What
I'll
kind
be
of fast was it?
It was a water fast. That's all I had for since last Sunday. So yeah.
All you drunk was water?
Yeah, it was like a holistic cleanse. I had to hit the 5 phases, reboot my body, kill old dead cells, and
So
regenerate.
when you fast and you drink water, you don't eat nothing.
Can't nothing, nothing.
I didn't know the body can survive like that.
It can. Our
Oh
ancestors
yeah.
were dumbass hunting for food. They ain't have 3 course meal every day. They had breakfast, lunch, and dinner. They had to go hunt. There'd be some days before they would catch a kill. You know.
Mhm.
So yeah, that's
Damn.
the thing. We got to have
Yeah,
like
the body can survive without food. The body can't survive without water.
right. So
Jeez. So when you get hungry, you just drink water.
yep. My treat was hot water. Like in the
Hot
morning,
water.
instead of having like coffee, I had hot water, and then my dessert at night was ice water or ice. That was it.
Damn.
And just drink water all day,
For a week?
and then alkaline was like another treat, and that's it for a week.
Dang. Look,
You ain't
look.
have no snack or nothing. You ain't have no like no
No,
raisins or nothing? No
no,
crackers or nothing.
it defeats the purpose of the body, like purging itself, cleaning out old dead cells, repairing and regenerating new cells. It's really fascinating. If anybody's interested, they need to download the Life app. It is a
Mm,
fasting app, and it actually gives you like the science, and it breaks down each of the 5 phases.
the life app.
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean,
Okay.
technically, you only need like 4 days, and I was like gonna hit 7. I was like, hold on, I actually hit my actually hit my 5 phases. So
Okay.
12 hours shy from day 7, 5 a.m. tomorrow. So I
Not
was
to
like,
interrupt you, Erica, but this is why I be making posts as far as that start the show off as far as it's on YouTube, it's on Spotify and stuff like that. Because people like Peggy Bundy be coming on here and be like, I'm mad I missed the show.
yeah.
You never miss the show. You might miss the live part, but you do not miss the show. It is on YouTube. It is on Spotify. It's on iHeartRadio. It's on Apple Podcasts. It is,
Unedited.
yes, it is on Facebook after it's over. So you do not miss the show. Okay.
Raw and
So,
unedited.
like,
Director's cut.
look, people don't watch Power or whatever the show that their
Um,
main show that they watch. They don't watch it on the day it come out. Sometimes they watch it the day after. So hey, you didn't miss the show. So I have to keep repeating this for people. You know what I'm saying? It's on YouTube. It's on everywhere that you watch stuff on. So you did not miss. You missed the live part, but that was about it. You know what I'm
maybe
saying?
she
So
missed the opportunity to comment during the live. So that's what she's sad about.
she wasn't finna call in and stuff. So you know what I'm saying? But it's all good. Shout out to her though. Um, but anyway, man. Before we get out of here, man, like Bear, what you got? What you got coming up this weekend? What you doing this weekend, dog?
Well, shoot, dropping a new episode tomorrow. But just want to say one thing. This is September is Childhood Cancer Awareness Month.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the reason why I'm wearing this little this little yellow band and everything. We do a lot for the children. The crazy part about all this cancer research and the funds that are gathered for it, kids only get 4% of that. Cancer research, children only get 4%, which makes no sense whatsoever. So, if you find any kind of organization out there that caters strictly to cancer research, children's cancer research, please donate to them, because we don't get enough. Because children get more than just lung cancer, more than just uh, sarcoma and things of that nature. They get all of the cancers. Cancer is not prejudiced to age or adults or size. Kids get all cancers, so we all have to we all need to give them the special treatment that they deserve. 4% of all research should not just go to children alone. It needs to be more given to them. So please donate wherever you can find any type of organization that does cater to childhood cancer awareness research.
No doubt. That's what's up, man. Hey, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to you for promoting that, man, because I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people that didn't know that. So yeah, man. And then if they don't know how to donate, can they just reach out to you?
Yeah, absolutely. Hit me up. Just Bear With Me podcast on IG.
Mm-hmm.
Or shoot, just hit me up on IG as my personal account. Barry Bear Bear. Yeah, I know, my bad. Just bear with me _podcast. Do that one. All right. That's a little bit easier.
Hey man, we be having a good time on here. I ain't even gonna lie to you, man. Ken, I just want to say, Ken, I appreciate you, Ken, because Ken, he has to do something later on tonight, and I just appreciate you for coming on and spending your time on the show as always before you go take care of your business, man. So, what do you want to tell the people before you get out of here, my G?
Bro, man, honestly, bro, me and you, we always chop it up, man. And sometimes we normally talk about relationships, about marriages. But anybody that know me, man, I have a more bigger passion about just us as a community, as a race, as black men. What we can do better for the black children, the young men that's out there. I mean, and I said it last time on the podcast before. I mean, I'm I'm more than willing to do anything I can to help. You know what I'm saying? Whether that's just, you know what I'm saying, if young men need somebody to talk to, if they need a mentor or whatever. I mean, I just want to start something to where we get these young black men out of the jail cells, back to home, to their
Mm-hmm.
parents, or you know what I'm saying, and start living better lives, you know what I'm saying, than what we're doing. Because right now, man, either they're dying, they're in the prison system, they're out here doing dumb shit. I mean, I get tired of seeing, looking on the news, seeing another black man killed, another black man locked up, high speed chase. And then the thing about it is, it be people we know, their children. I
Yep.
mean, it be like, who parents it is? Where they parents at? I mean, this shit it gets old, bro. I get
Yeah.
tired of
Real
seeing
talk.
it because I mean, I wanna do something about this. Like this shit got to stop, bro. Like we're losing so many of our young children. Our babies. I have kids out there, man. I have children out there that's living in this generation. We have to stop, put the guns down, stop the dumb shit. Like me and you was just talking the other day, dog, about we was talking about fighting and stuff, like
Mm-hmm.
decision making.
Mm-hmm.
And I was telling you about how I was when I was in high school. Like half the times I got in a fight, I didn't want to fight. That
Yeah.
wasn't my first train of thought to like, oh, I'm gonna fight somebody. I try to do everything I can to avoid fighting. But if it was the last option and that's what I had to do, then that's what I had to do. But it wasn't my first thought of mine, because my father said, do anything you can to avoid getting into a fight with somebody. But if that's what you have to do, you protect yourself. And nowadays, people first train of thought is to shoot somebody.
Mm-hmm.
When I was coming up, my last thought was fighting, and then shooting was even in my mind.
Mm-mm.
To shoot somebody, I didn't even think that. I didn't even want to fight nobody. Not
Mm.
because I was scared or nothing like that. It just I didn't. My thing was I mind my own business. I tried to go to school, get my lesson. But if a fight came to me and I had to protect myself, then that's just what I had to do. But I didn't go look for trouble.
Yeah.
That wasn't who I was. I wasn't a troublemaker or a person that was looking for trouble. But and people kind of got that confused coming at Central, like because
Yeah, buddy.
because he doesn't want to fight, or because that means he's scared.
Yeah.
No, that doesn't mean I'm scared. I just didn't. That wasn't what I wanted to do. I had other things I was doing, playing sports or whatever. Didn't want to fight. It's certain things that I would fight behind. And to be honest with you, I'll give you two: my family, my mom, my dad, or something like that, and my children. That's it. That's the only two things I'm fighting behind. And as I become a man now, you throwing your wife, I kill behind.
Mm-hmm.
And but that I'm gonna kill only when you come into my house and you disrespect my house.
Yeah.
But any other shit, it ain't worth it. So I mean, people got to think before they do stuff.
No doubt. No doubt. Erica, I ain't gonna lie. That's the first time I ever seen your dog. You always talk about your dog. That was one of the first times I ever seen what your dogs look or your babies look like or whatever.
The twins. That's one of the twins.
How many dogs you got over there?
3 or like 2.5.
Two
So
and a
you
half.
got two. That's why I said, where the half come from?
Because the mom is like
Snorted.
old and blind, and he's only like 8 pounds, so he don't count. He just sleep all day. And he's full. So yeah.
Okay, all right, yeah, I seen
But the
I,
twins are three. The twins
I
are three.
seen when the twins fall. I said, okay, all right, we got an appearance right there and
I
stuff like that.
know. They're like, girl, you gonna give me love one way or another. So that's
He
why
said,
she's
"I'm
laying
gonna
on my
get you."
lap. She laying down on my lap right now.
Hey man, I had a great time with y'all. This Friday, man, this was fun. I had a good time, man. I was entertained, man. Y'all had some great points and stuff like that. I appreciate everybody that was commenting in the chats and stuff like that. And McKinley Anderson, my bad. Ever since the new app upgrade and MacBook upgraded, iPhone, all that stuff then upgraded. I gotta see like when people call in, it used to be just boom boom. Now I gotta figure out something and see how. I'm pretty sure it's pretty easy or whatever, but when you called, it was like it caught me off guard. So, but man,
Gotta work out the kinks.
I thank y'all for coming on the show, man. Y'all have a great weekend, man. We go chop it up like we usually do, man. So y'all be safe this weekend.
All right, man. You do the same, bro.
Same
Y'all
to
be
you,
good.
brother.
All
Peace,
right,
All right,
love,
man.
I'll
prayers.
see
Make a
y'all.
great day.
All right.
One at
Good night.
Adrian. I mean McKinley Anderson. I ain't lying to you. I want people to call in. I don't know the thing upgraded so shit. I ain't know what to push on there. I wasn't finna figure it out like that. I'll figure it out later or whatever. But I do appreciate you commenting in the chat. You probably gone. You probably lit right now. So it probably would have been a great conversation. But anyway, since I got y'all on here, this is the Kickback Podcast, man. But also y'all look out for Conversations from a Loner. That's a new podcast that I just started. Solo podcast with me just conversating. Is dope. It's pretty cool, man. Y'all need to check that out. It's gonna be on YouTube. It's gonna be clips and stuff on IG and possibly TikTok. But as far as Facebook, nah, it's not gonna be on Facebook. It's just gonna be on YouTube, IG, and TikTok. So y'all check that out. Conversations from the Loner. I will be dropping the links or whatever so you can listen to it for show on Facebook and stuff like that. But it will not be like the Kickback. The Kickback is live. We do these every Friday. It's not going nowhere. So y'all don't have to worry about that part. But yeah, Conversations for a Loner from a Loner. That's just me. Very dope podcast. I'm very excited about that. So you know what I'm saying? Y'all get in tune with that. But in the meantime, I'm finna get out of here, man. Y'all be safe. Y'all be blessed. Y'all be 100. Y'all have a great weekend. Y'all keep fulfilling y'all goals and dreams and don't listen to the opinions of others, especially haters, because they don't want to see y'all win. All right. So y'all be easy. All right. I'm gone.